y'all might have some stuff that's going on right now that you might be able to get some help while we here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So is
Right.
anybody in the chat? I mean, if you got the people that can come up, send in a request to come up so you can
Mhm.
verbally tell us if you got it. Because sometimes, I'm not a texter. I don't be doing all that texting.
Man, I was about to ask you, do you got Telegram, Mike?
No,
Come
I
on,
don't.
man.
Hey, but I'm about to get. Hey, bro, listen, I'm about to now.
Yes, sir.
After
Let's
hearing all
go.
this here, I'm about to do it now.
Let's
After
go.
all this right now,
Yes,
bro, come
man.
on.
Welcome on. Welcome to the land. We listen. Welcome arms to all the good people, man. Please, you guys, like, let's change the world on some quietly shit. Like, let's just get our intellectual game up and our swords, our pens nice and inked up and ready because it's time to
Yeah,
take back. It's time.
yeah. Okay, I'm reading one now. D. Kurt, can you give a quick listen of the things that they're in agreement again? Okay, let me see where my paperwork at. Okay, one thing, D. Kurt,
Put the X
write it
button at the
down, D.
top.
Kurt. This is in the this is from the Federal Trade Act Commission. This is 15 USC 45B. 15 USC 45B, the Consumer Review Fairness Act, right? Number three, I'm going to go straight to the third one. What they cannot do, it prohibits to require an individual to transfer intellectual property right in such reviews. So say like you go get a car, right? And you at a dealership and they gonna tell you, well, we gonna use the car as collateral. That's a violation. They can't do that. It's dead. It's void. It's going to say the act also bars sellers from offering a form of contract with such provisions. The act contains certain exceptions, including contract provisions that bar the submission of confidential, private, or unlawful information. Another thing to get y'all bag too, because I mean it just came to me. How many of y'all that got mortgages? All of your contracts are traded on the market, right? Y'all never gave them permission to transfer your information, your personal information. That's a violation of your privacy rights. Booyah. That only does not apply to debt collectors. That applies to them as well. They giving your personal information to a third party non-affiliate. I don't care how many times they've been sold. Hell, you probably had a countrywide. You probably signed your contract with countrywide. Countrywide sold it to somebody else. That's a violation of your privacy rights, right there. Submitted. That's another one. Let me see. I'm looking for another one. Oh, what's that one I read earlier? Oh, that's my court papers. It's about the waiver of rights. This is 15 USC 1693. The waiver of rights. No writing or other agreement between a consumer and any other person may contain any provision which constitute a waiver of any right conferred or cause action created by the subchapter. How many times you seen a contract ask you to give up your security rights? Oh, you give all your security rights to us. Violation. That did in the contract right there.
That was 15 USC?
15 USC 1693.
1693.
Yep. And then you got 1693K, compulsory use of electronic fund transfers. No person, no person may condition the extension of credit to a consumer on such a consumer's repayment by means of pre-authorized electronic transfers. And number two, require a consumer to establish an account for receipt of electronic transfers with a particular financial institution as a condition of employment or receipt of government benefit. How many times you go in there and must say, oh, well, you got a job, we need to see this, we need to see that? Violation.
Hold up, Big Mike. We got to back
Violation.
up.
Yeah, we got to back up.
Violation. Heck yeah.
1693, which letter was the first one you were talking about? Because 1693 just itself is not what
16,
you read.
1693, I think the first one was 1693I.
Oh,
And the second one I read was 1693K.
Hold on, let me put that in the chat. And then somebody wanted to know, I guess you gave a first code and they wanted to know what that code was.
The first code was
was that 45B?
15 USC 45B. Yep, 1545, 1645B.
1645.
B,
Okay. I'm
and
putting
that's on the Federal Trade Commission website. So that comes straight from them.
okay, keep cooking up. I'm tracking.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Provision credit consumers account. Um, notice credit. Notice of credit to consumer. This is notice of credit to consumer. This is 1693D, as in dog, D. For a consumer's account which is scheduled to be credited by a pre-authorized electronic fund transfer from the same payer at least once in each successful 60-day period, except where the payer provides a positive notice of transfer to the consumer. The financial institution shall elect to provide promptly either a positive notice to the consumer when the credit is made as scheduled, or a negative notice to the consumer when the credit is not made as scheduled. In accordance with regulations of the Bureau, the means of notice elected shall be disclosed to the consumer in accordance with 1693C of this title. 1693C, this is what they call periodic statement of contents. So this 1693C. A financial institution shall provide each consumer with periodic statement for each account of such consumer that may be accessed by means of electronic funds transfer, except as provided in subsections D and E. Such statements shall be provided at least monthly for each monthly or shorter cycle in which the electronic transfer affecting the account has occurred, or every 3 months, whichever is more frequent. The statement may include the regarding transactions other than electronic transfers shall clearly set forth. Number one, with regard to each electronic fund transfer during the period, the information described in subsection A, which may be provided on an accompanying document. Number two, the amount any fee or charge assessed by the financial institution during the period for the electronic fund transferred or for account maintenance. Number three, the balances in the consumer's account at the beginning of the period and at the close of the period. And number four, the address and telephone number to be used by the financial institution for the purposes of receiving any statement, inquiry, or notice of account error from the consumer. Such addresses and telephone numbers shall be preceded by caption direct inquiries to. Those need to be in quotes. That's what they said. In other similar language indicating that the address and numbers are to be used for such inquiries or notices. D, what they was talking about in D, the consumer passbook accounts. In the case of a consumer passbook account, which may not be accessed by electronic funds transfer other than pre-authorized electronic transfer crediting the account.
Hold
The
on a second.
finance,
Hold on a second. Hold on a
okay.
second. To those that this information may be going fast and it may seem overwhelming, as I mentioned in the chat, the host has an awesome Telegram group. And to get to his group, and I'm just, hold on a second, I just wanted to say this. To get to his,
Go ahead.
you would go into his bio, Truth Hurts. He's the one in the big box, Truth Hurts. You would go, hush, Ryan, something's flying over your head. You would go into Truth Hurts, stop, Ryan, I'm trying to pay attention. You would go to Truth Hurts bio. You would click on the link and then it'll lead you to the group. If you don't have Telegram, you would need to download the app to get Telegram. But I get that this information may sound foreign and it may seem overwhelming, but that's why Truth Hurts. I mean, he has these people on the panel. These people have experience, but Truth Hurts actually has a more subtle group, and he walks you step by step. The app is called Telegram, and I'll type it in the chat. But I saw a couple people ask, and I just wanted to make sure these codes may not make sense. You may have heard it. Thank you, sis. You may have heard it, and it may not, and you may have not heard it. But, and again, it goes back to what we stated at the beginning, is you're going to hear people on these panels. They're going to say these different things, and they're going to have vital information. But if you don't know, that's why the Telegram group is very good. It tells about the foundation and the basics. So I just wanted to make sure that I covered that before anybody went further. So go on his bio, go on Truth Hurts bio. There's a link that leads you to Telegram, and then you would download the app, okay? And then that way you will be in an environment where it's hands-on, and you will actually have interaction with Truth Hurts, because again, as he stated previously, a lot of information he's not going to share on this platform, and that's his choice. And so he wants to be in an environment where he can be one-on-one with you, and he can walk with you. Yeah, it's a little bit well, it's different than Facebook. So it's a more subtle group. So it's like I would say it's like a chat room. And you're only connected to the people that's a part of that group. So it's not like Facebook where you're involved with a whole bunch of people of the world. I mean, granted, maybe people that you don't know, but it's narrowed down to a group. So I attest to it as a group chat. So it's like a chat room. And I mean, granted, we talking about business, but anyways, it's not a Facebook. It's not like Instagram or anything like that. Okay. All right. Truth Hurts, you got anything before Uncle Mike continues?
No, not at all. I'm listening myself.
Okay, I always want to be respectful because I know I'm got some gems, baby. He on that, and I hear Auntie in the background talking about everybody's like,
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
cheering, go Mike, go Mike.
Yeah. All right, get back
All right,
to cooking.
appreciate it. Now, y'all, these what I'm reading to y'all, these are the violations they are committing against y'all. So what I'm reading to y'all, these are the things that you have to prove your case when you're reporting this stuff to the CFPB, right? As to how they are violating you. So this is what I'm reading now. Okay. Okay, these are unfair practices. Okay, let me see. I gotta take my old man glasses off so I can see. Okay, this is still 15/1692F. 1692F. 15 USC 1692F. It's called unfair practices. A debt collector may not use unfair or unconscionable means to collect or attempt to collect any debt without limiting in general application of the following conduct is a violation of this section. Number one, the collection of an amount, including any interest, fee, charge, or expense incidental to the principal obligation, which has already been paid, y'all. Right? So the government is paying the principal. So on your debt, none of all this is a violation that's already been paid. That's why it says without the obligation of the principal, unless such amount is expressly authorized by agreement creating the debt or permitted by law. Have they ever told y'all the ones who created the debt? No. So you don't know about it. Number two, the acceptance by a debt collector from any person of a check which they send you every month, which is the check, your remittance check, or other payment instrument, post dated by more than 5 days, unless such person is notified in writing of the debt collector's intent to deposit such check or instrument not more than 10 days, nor less than 3 business days prior to such deposit. The solicitation, no, there's number three. The solicitation by any debt collector of any post-dated check, other post-dated check instrument for the purpose of threatening or instituting criminal prosecution. Number four, depositing or threatening to deposit any post-dated check or other post-dated payment instrument prior to the date on such instrument, causing charges to be made to any person for communications by concealment of the true purpose of communication. Such charges include, but are not limited to, collect telephone calls and telegram fees, taking or threatening to take a non-judicial action to effect of disposition or disablement of property if Let me see. Well, damn, I just lost my spot. Oh, disable the property if there's no present right to the possession of the property claimed as collateral through an enforceable security interest. They can't claim it because it's already paid at closing. When you close the deal, it's already paid. So they can't take it. There's no present intent to take possession of the property, or the property is exempt from law as such dispossession or disablement. Communicating with a consumer regarding a debt by postcard. Here go your killer right here. Using any language or symbol other than the debt collector's address on any envelope when communicating with a consumer by use of the mails or telegram, except that a debt collector may use his business name or such name does not include that he is in the debt collection business. That is a major violation because that's what they do. They call you, this is such and such XYZ company. Your debt has been sold to us and da 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 da. This is an attempt to collect the debt. That's a major violation. Right there. That's another violation. Oh, I need to go get my other book. And it's another one that I just got. Cause see now what they trying to now to get slick because they sending stuff to me in a white envelope with nothing on it. No instrument, no letters, no nothing that's on it, right? So now this is what I got them on. And I tell them, dispute letter. Hold on, y'all. Okay. This is what I get them on right here. When they contact me, and I tell them not to contact me. On the end of my letters, I tell them, okay, please note, I wish to deal with this matter in writing, and I do not give your organization permission to contact me by telephone. Should you do so, I must warn you that the calls could constitute harassment, and I will take action. And y'all write this down now. I will take action under Section 1 of the Protection from Harassment Act 1997. That's Section 1 of the Protection from Harassment Act 1997 and the Administration of Justice Act 1970. The Administration of Justice Act 1970, which makes it a criminal offense for a creditor or a creditor's agent to make demands for money, which are aimed at causing alarm, distress, humiliation because of their frequent matter. That's what they do as soon as they call you. We collected this debt from so and so and so. So how do you plan on making this payment today? Bam, you got them. Those two right there. Section 1 of the Protection from Harassment Act 1997 and the Administrative Justice Act 1970, which makes it a criminal offense for a creditor or a creditor's agent to make demands for money. First of all, there ain't no money. That's number one. 31 USC 5118 D. 31 USC 5118 D. No one can ask for payment in a specific coin. 31 USC 3123. 31 USC 3123. There is no money, so no one can demand payment. The United States would discharge the debt dollar for dollar. Okay. There is no legal tender. Federal Reserve. Now, this for y'all to keep in mind. You can make notes as well. Federal Reserve notes are not good and lawful money in the United States. Your case that you can see, Reigns versus state. That's a Supreme Court ruling. Supreme Court rulings, law of the land. And also, I let them know I've been e-stopped from using, and I have no access to lawful constitution money of exchange. See the United States Constitution, Article 1, Section 10. to pay debts at law pursuant to Joint Resolution 192 can only discharge fines, fees, debts, and judgments dollar for dollar via commercial paper or by my exemption. Now, when I'm doing a debt validation, I ask them for the application with my wet ink signature. I ask them for the original creditor with both signatures binding both parties to the contract. Because, see, I performed to the contract when I signed it. They got to perform to the contract, which means they got to bring something equal of value to the table. They never do because they borrowing your credits. No, it's credits that they borrowing. Now, it has to be performance and consideration. There is no consideration because they had no intent of coming to the table with no money. With no consideration, you cannot enforce the contract. Okay? You can't enforce the contract if there's no consideration. I also let them know I need all tax bond receipts, which includes the 1099 OID, the 1099A, and the 1099C. Those are all tax bond receipts that I asked the art that they got approved. That is mine. And the authorization from the Internal Revenue Service to go forward is the account number. That's under 26 USC 2032A. 26 USC 2032A. An employee affidavit, Title 5 USC 3333. And most important, the registration, Title 22 USC 611 and 612. With registration, Title 22 USC 611 and 612. And I all put them under penalty of perjury. I put them all under penalty of perjury. Now, there's another also with a validation of debt. The amount of the debt, the name of the creditor, who the debt is owed, a statement that unless the consumer within 30 days after receipt of such notice disputes the validity of the debt or any portion thereof, the debt will be assumed to be valid by the debt collector. The statement, if the consumer notifies the debt collector in writing within 30-day period that the debt or any portion thereof is disputed, the debt collector will be obtained the verification of the debt or a copy of judgment against the consumer and a copy of such verification or judgment that will be mailed to the consumer and the debt collector. A statement upon a consumer's request that within a 30-day period, the debt collector will provide the consumers with the name and address of the original creditor if different on the document of the creditor on the document. Right? So now, when I do that, I hereby give you 10 days to reply to this notice from the above date with the notice sent using a recorded post and signed under full commercial liabilities and penalties of perjury, assuring and promising me that all replies and details given to the above request are true and without deception, fraud, and mischief. Your said failure to provide the aforementioned documentation within 20 days from the above date to validate the debt will constitute your agreement to the following terms: that the debt never existed in the first place or has already been paid in full. And any damages that I suffer, you will be held liable, and any negative remarks made to my credit report will be removed, and you will no longer pursue this matter. And you agree to pay all fee schedules. Bust them in the head, y'all. We got all the power. We got all the power. And also put it non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. That's it. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't no talk. It's non-negotiable. hmm And then the last I hit them with, it is noted that said actors, agents, and fiduciaries are subject to the self-executing regulations of the 3rd and 4th sections of the 14th Amendment of the Bill of Rights to the Constitution for the United States, whereby their offices are vacated and their salaries and retirement benefits are extinguished when they do not perform the duties of their offices. I go for their pockets. Their salaries, retired benefits are extinguished when they do not perform the duties of said officers. I also exercise any actors, agents, and fiduciaries of every commercial transaction by commercial banking institutions since the date of the arbitration of the gold clause. Y'all, that's another for y'all to read. The gold clause. Damages equal to double the amount of the negotiable debt instrument under civil action or triple the amount of the negotiation instrument under admiralty jurisdiction. And all paperwork will be forwarded to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, which is the SEC, the Consumer Response Center, Federal Trade Commission, and the Department of Treasury, Internal Revenue Service, CID, Criminal Investigation Division. We got the power. Use these people to your benefit. The protection is for us, not them. They don't have protection. So what I was reading to you guys, those are the things that you can use to collect your money from the CFPB. You also can let the comp control general know. In order to get you, because you have to build your case. Right? You have to build your case in order to get it. If you just send it in and said, oh, they violated my rights, all the bills belong to the United States government, they're going to send it back and they say, well, your verification is unjust and is unfounded, and you ain't going to get your money. You have to prove how they violated you. Those I just gave you, that's how you can prove they violated you. The book I showed you earlier, all of that is in this book. The Equal Credit Opportunity Act, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and the Electronic Fund Transfer Act. All of that is in the book. All of it is in the book. And I got a 2023 edition. So everything is up to date. Those are easy, quickest ways to get your remedy and get your bag and get back on your feet. Take back control of your lives. Take back control of your credit. Take back control of you. Because see, they've been taking control of us. And those are ways that you can do it. I promise you, they won't do it. They won't do it. And if you go on my page, I got a list of violations that you can use. They're court violations. Those are attorney violations. You can use those violations to your benefit. Wide is right there, wide open. I just posted them the other night. Easy peasy. I think it's like maybe 4, 5, 6, per page. So as they go by, stop it, read it. They got all the attachment to it as well that you can add to it. Like if they got wire fraud, right? Securities fraud. If you look at a securities fraud, they got other stuff. The signature card. That is another thing. When you're trying to prove your case, ask the banks for the signature card. One of them had to sign for it on your behalf for the money to come out of your account from your Federal Reserve account to be transferred to their account. Because as you remember what I read earlier, it's a final decision when they said it's final and both parties, the sender and receiver, receive confirmation that the money has been sent. I have never, ever received confirmation from nobody. Cars, houses, everything I'd ever had. I ain't got no confirmation. That's because they signed for it on your behalf. Sound like identity theft to me. Security fraud, wire fraud, all that. Because when they send the check, they got the check. They supposed to get you supposed to walk out there with a check in your hand, the keys and the title, but they keep it. Then they sell it to their buddies down the road at the banking system, like they funded you the money. They ain't never fund you no money.
They do a bank deposit.
Yeah, they do a bank deposit. Yeah, they do a deposit. But they supposed to give you the credits. They never credit your account.
No, they loan you back your own money with 30 years with interest, and they call that a mortgage, which Black Law's dictionary is a death note.
Mm-hmm. Same as your job. When you fill out the application at your job turn the application in to the Federal Reserve note window. They paying you your own money. They paying you your own money. They get it for X amount of years. So if you decide to stay at a job for 3-4 years, guess what? They only gonna pay for those 3-4 years. But whatever they put it in for, they still got the money. They still got it. Just like your taxes. Taxes are voluntary. I'm in the process of now, while I'm still helping some other people doing some other stuff, to go back to stop them from, those taxes and for recoup the taxes they took out of my check. Y'all can do that. Whatever job you had and they took the taxes out, taxes are voluntary. That W-4 form, it says voluntary withholding. It clearly says voluntary withholding. So the taxes that they take out is still sitting there, and they making money off of it. And as for your information, I can't tell you how to do it. I have not done it, but I know it's there because I've been reading the IRS. It's on the IRS website in the employee handbook. You can go recoup your tax money that your job's been taking out of your check.
I just want to add to that.
Go ahead, brother.
You can also, it's securities taken out on you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said, brother. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
No, you didn't, Mike.
Because
I've
hey,
been
listen.
following you for a minute now. Come on,
I'm
now.
looking up here at the TV. I ain't looking at no phone.
That's that Tony talking to him, sis.
Come on, Mike.
I didn't work for the federal government 35 years. I'm going to just give you a little bit of background, right? I'm at the beginning of this process because I no longer work for them due to unfair treatment, right? I did a couple of cases. I came up on Mad's live one day. And remember, I told you, Google took a case that I did without my permission. You understand? You type my name in that case comes up. But what they don't tell you is that I won a case. They wrote an article on me. But everything you fill out on that job, you also have securities.
Mm-hmm.
You can recoup that. Those same titles you talking about on the consumer side also applies when you work. Now, like I'm on this journey with my daughter and myself. I thank you, panel, because I'm truly being honest. I cannot afford to pay for the information. Some of the information I have from working there.
Mm-hmm.
So when you mentioned FTC and all these other places, as a matter of fact, I did 10 years with Internal Revenue. So I'm just saying that even though you're talking about it on the consumer side, it also applies on when you work for it.
Yeah.
Privacy, all that.
Yeah.
I'm working on, I'm writing these cases now. Same thing when you go to Merit System Protection Board and go to these courts and they developed all these entities, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same rules apply.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm just thankful for the host dropping these gems and having, because I don't have the financial resources. And I follow some of those folks you talk about, but I don't have the money.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a problem. Not a problem.
You understand? I do listen in. I do come on Mads, and every last one of them drops gems. And I'm thankful for this because I prayed for it. I'm going to be honest. I prayed for this because I've been going just like the other gentleman came up, the one that came up on the panel a minute ago, right? And
Yeah.
he expressed his concerns about that, and I feel the same way. But I cannot afford it.
Yeah. Yep.
So don't get me wrong,
Okay.
I got side hustles I do right now, or whatever the case may be, but thank God for my kid. But at the
Yeah.
same token, I'm just expressing to you, even though it's on the consumer side, it also applies on the federal side. When
Okay.
you work a job or any job the federal government still carries securities on you.
Yep.
You still
Yep.
report them to the same agencies you talking about.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I
That's some
said,
good. Y'all got that.
yeah, I said one day I'll come up and drop those gems because I am in the process. I'm still working on some cases. I filed cases back. You got cases going with me all the way back to 2007. So how my name got on the internet, I don't know. So
Oh wow.
with me, I'm on this app. This is my real name. I'm not masked,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
the government's giving you these rules, but the rules also apply to them. You'll be surprised how they violate the rules too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I get them. I get them. Like I said, I bust them in the head. I bust them in the head.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go back and do the same thing, but like I tell my daughter, when I do something, I gotta be thorough at it. And I am thorough because I do understand the USC, the UCC, because I had to learn all that when I started working. Okay, because we deal with federal government deals with the public.
Yeah.
Yep.
At the end of the day, I'm like him. When I do obtain and be successful at it, I'm going to give this information free because I want everybody to win.
Come on.
I want every last person that wants to win.
Is that true?
Facts.
Is that true?
Facts. Where's the
So I'm
soundboard?
so
Where the
glad
claps
I
are?
found y'all. I'm telling you, I was scrolling today. I was looking. Okay, I'm so glad I found y'all. I don't know what to do. I got some processes,
Yeah.
but Mike, I've been following.
We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you being
I'm
here.
gonna be honest with you, Mike. I've been following you and Mad for a minute, right? And I jumped into some of the other people you named, right? At the end of the day, I even inboxed the lady, and she came back with an amount. I'm like, I texted her back. I told her my situation. I can't afford that. You understand? When I know I could do the homework myself because I've written cases before, I've written motions before. I won my job back in 2007.
Yeah.
Went back to the same agency, right? But at the end of the day, you still can go after your securities on the job because they also violate them securities too.
Come on now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sure can. Sure can. All right. I found my book.
You already know, Mike, I stay in the cut and I stay in the comments. But I can drop some gems.
I got you.
came
I
up,
got
sis.
you.
I can drop some gems having worked there.
Yeah.
I
And if
got
you
you.
really
Please
want to
drop.
talk
Please
about
do.
waste, if you really want to talk about wasting money and all this other stuff, go back to the end of the year closeouts when we close out in October and they just award these contracts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Got
if
you.
you
I can't
really
believe
want to
I'm
know the
so
truth,
intrigued with this, y'all.
the federal government is also violating too.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
Exactly.
abandoned property. And who has control of the vessels, the abandoned vessels? Who can tap into that money?
Exactly. So
The head chief
Bill?
commander.
Bill?
You know what I'm saying? He the only one that can tap into it like that. Then you got the transportation, Department of Transportation. That's your nexus points, Attorney General, all them. We know that.
exactly.
Them
So
man.
So I'm just, even though you're talking about consumer and all, everything you're talking about, right? But I'm telling you that also ties over to me. Think about it. I took out a life insurance policy when I worked, right? I took out all these things supposedly after unfair treatment, right? And then they turn around and you gonna tell me when I'm released after 35 years that I lose everything? Come on now.
Man, please. Mm-mm.
No,
We
Those
finna ban.
securities are still there.
they sure are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
And they gonna
You
sit
don't
them
have
until you
no
go
unit.
claim them.
Oh, I'm gonna
Book
go get them.
entry.
There's no
Book
if, ands, or
entry.
buts. But
Everything.
like I told I explained this to my child who's in business for herself. She does hair. Okay. At the end of the day, when I go, like I tell her, when I go after something, you know me, I go after it and I have to be thorough in the process. Like I had to shut, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to shut some of these judges down, and I closed that emotion out by saying that they weren't going to be fair to me anyway. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because I already know how this system works.
Yeah.
Now, the gems that you all dropping is adding to my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to make me more thorough when I get ready to go after even the federal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So those
Okay.
same consumer laws also apply on the federal side. I'll drop them gems in those rules when I come in again.
Okay. Well, please do.
Yeah.
Send a
You
request
feel
to
me?
come up. Mm-hmm.
But I'm appreciative. But like I said, I'm going to join this. I'm so thankful for this group because really, truthfully, y'all, I'm just being honest. I just lost my job back in during COVID. Because this one particular manager, she kept on coming after me. See, but you got to know when to be quiet.
Come on, sis.
Yeah.
And I said, there's things that happened to me in the federal government. And I'm just drop one gem for you. They came after me with 3 or 4 managers. I called FPS on them. You feel me? So a lot of the things that I went through in the federal government, and I'm talking about, I'm not going to even name the agency, but at the end of the day, they also have them securities too, and they violate them too.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever you work, you better go back to Social Security, get all your history where you worked at. All your history.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go after that too.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, y'all taking notes? Y'all got it?
So I'm gonna drop those gems, but like I said, I'm thankful for this group. I'm thankful to you hosts for dropping these gems for us to get that really don't have the resources.
All right now.
And I'm appreciative to you. I'm 55
thank
years
you.
old. I just applied for this.
50 repping. 50.
Yeah, 55.
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful to y'all. I'm really, really thankful to y'all. I've been praying for it because everybody I come across is asking for some type of financial. I don't have it. I'm still paying my bills though. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
And on it.
Yeah.
And whether that's me, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I go out here, I do Uber Eats and I do Instacart or whatever I need to do. Okay? But I drive sometimes from sun up to sundown to get what I need done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, appreciate your hustle.
Yeah, for real.
Appreciate your hustle.
Ain't doing nothing illegal, nothing like that. Ain't running around asking nobody for it. I have no support except from my daughter who is 35. And like I said, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna drop those gems when I go over to his Telegram.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But at the end of the day, I'm appreciative to anybody who brings information to the table that helps me enhance my knowledge. But me working for them, I can tell you a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Listen, you got to come inside the Telegram. And
I'm coming in there and I'm gonna drop some stuff. Y'all want to know how they waste money?
Oh yeah.
Listen, let's go.
I can tell you how they waste money on contracts.
All right.
I went through every single office from contracts to procurement to whatever you name. CFO, Chief Financial Office, I worked there.
Hush now. Be quiet now, because
So all I'm saying is this. The same rules they telling you about that they're saying, those rules also apply to them.
That's right.
Yeah.
There we go. That's right.
Yeah.
And
that good
I'm
old
gonna yield
blanket
that. I'm gonna yield at that.
I've been trying to tell them unqualified endorsement and just a correction or a reintroduction. Is there anything wrong with that? Says, do you see anything wrong with just a correction of that blank endorsement that was there? That built that security, that instrument that's traded and flip-flopped and paid and made more than the actual obligation. Is there a way? That's the securities, right? That's what we're talking about.
Y'all see them dropped up? Okay. All right. I found the book that I was looking for earlier. So, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That is security. You got securities on the job as well.
All right.
As he named those entities you reported to, you also report the federal to any other federal agency. You can report that to them as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All of them gonna get it.
Mine is still. I mean, I know mine is still sitting there, but I also have a couple of cases I'm working on, right? But see, what people fail to understand is that they put all these entities in place, like Merit System Protection Board, right? EEOC. They want you to go through all these situations, right? Because you got FMLA, they violate, reasonable accommodations and all these different entities. I'm telling people like this. I ain't even gonna drop that gem right here. I'm gonna leave that one alone because I know they listen.
Yes,
and I'm known on the internet. Type my name on the internet. It's a case that comes up. They published that case without me.
Without
you? Oh, no.
That's my copyright. I need that. All that publication and advertising money, I need all of that.
Google did it, and then it was Fed. I forgot. It's a newspaper that Fed does, right? I'm like, how the heck did they get my name? I'm just a small peon. You feel me?
Yeah.
But the funniest thing, if I want to go look up like these different cases, you notice EEOC don't publish nothing on federal employees as far as defense, but they'll go to court, right? They still get money, right? If they going out after a corporation. But I'll drop that gem another time. I'm telling you.
You gotta tap in with the sleeve.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap in with you. That's why I was asking all the questions. Like, well, what's the? But I'm gonna drop in. I promise.
I'm gonna have a lot of questions.
I can't spill but so much because me having worked for them, right? I'm already known, and they probably classify me as a problem child.
Yeah.
Jokingly, I'm saying.
They watching. They watching.
Okay.
I would be the employee of the foreign child. I'm
just saying, but I'm gonna be like you when I get it, and I'm like you, host. When I get, because I can add to everything y'all doing. When I get everything and be successful, that I'm gonna drop them gems free, and I mean that, because I'm a humanitarian person. I want everybody.
Instead that Mother Earth aspect, that's what I'm with. I'm just with building up my warriors. My warriors is going to be needed, changing what has happened. So we're going to have to unite.
Got me now. Got me now.
We got to sharpen each other up.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm going to yield at that, and I'm going to sit back and continue to take notes and let him drop them gems. But anytime you talk about the USC and all those other things, I know exactly who those entities are.
Get ready to take your notes, because I found my book where I got these tax credits.
I'm a mute. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
I got a tax credit book.
Go ahead, Mike. You got it.
All right, y'all. Let's tap that screen, and to get into the Telegram, you would go into the host bio. There's a link in the host bio that will lead you to the Telegram. So. But yeah, let's get these likes up. There's a lot of, hold on a second, before you start cooking, hold on. Trying to get
All
these
right, I
likes
got you.
up. Trying to get these likes up because y'all getting some gems. We got sis in here. She was getting down, baby. She had. I saw her. She rolled up the sleeves, baby. She rolled up the sleeves, and she was
Yeah,
trying.
drop a one in the chat if y'all getting something out of it. We don't want to be just talking to ourselves. Let me see some ones in here. Let me see some ones. 2 if you're lost. 3 if you're a bot. Here we go. All bots, ejectocito. You already know.
Already.
You already know. There we go. There we go.
All right, yeah,
There
they're
we
gonna
go.
go. They the one. They
Reciprocation.
the one.
See that energy? See that energy we just put back in there?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a
See,
beautiful
that's what I'm
thing.
talking
That's a
about. That
beautiful
high
thing.
frequency energy.
There we go. There we go. Come on, Mike. Drop them
That high
gems in.
frequency energy.
All right.
All right, y'all. What I'm about to read to y'all now. This is from the IRS General Information Instruction Book. These are the forms I'm about to read where you can report them or report businesses or entities for you to get your credits back. Right now, the first one is 1042S. It's Form 1042S, and the title is for foreign persons U.S. source income subject to withholding. What to report? Income such as interest, dividends, royalties, pensions, and annuities, etc., and the amounts withheld under this chapter. Also, distributions effectively connected to income by publicly traded partnerships or nominees. The next is 1097 BTC. 1097 BTC, which is the bond tax credit. What to report? Tax credit bond credits to bond holders. Amounts to report, all amounts. And then it says to the recipient, on or before the 15th day of the second calendar month or close the calendar month in which the credit is allowed. 1098 is the mortgage interest statement. 1098 mortgage interest statement. Interest statement. The mortgage interest statement including points and certain mortgage insurance premiums you receive in the course of your trade or business from individuals and reimbursements of overpaid interest. And it is paid to the borrower of $600 or more. That's what you report. You report $600 or more. 1098E is the student loan interest statement. 1098E, what to report? Student loan interest received in the course of your trade or business. The amounts $600 or more. 1098F, that's what I read to y'all earlier that you take to your courthouse. 1098F is the fines, penalties, and other amounts. What to report? Statement furnished by a government or governmental entity regarding payments required by a court order or agreement with respect to a violation or potential violation. 1098 MA. 1098 MA is the mortgage assistance payments. What to report? Assistance payments paid to homeowners from funds allocated from Housing Finance Agency Innovation Fund for the hardest hit housing markets, FHA Fund, or the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program. What to amount? What to report? Amounts to report? All amounts. 1098Q. 1098Q. Qualifying longevity annuity contract information. What to report? The status of a contract that is intended to be qualifying longevity annuity contract, defined in sections 817 of Regulation Section 1. I guess you go back and read that because it's in the RS book. And you report all amounts. 1098T. 1098T. Tuition statement. Qualified tuition and related expenses, reimbursements or refunds, and scholarships or grants. Now that's optional. And it says amounts to report. It says see instructions. 1099A. 1099A. Acquisition, abandonment of a secured property. Information. I'll say what to report. information about acquisition or abandonment of a property that is security for a debt for which you are the lender. I'm going to say it one more time for the back in case y'all didn't hear that. Information about acquisition or abandonment of property that is security for a debt for which you are the lender. Amount to report, all amounts. To the recipient is otherwise. To the borrower, they the borrowers. You the lender. Report it to their ass. Because they got to report it. 1099B. 1099B. Proceeds from barter and barter exchange transactions. Sales or redemptions of securities. Future transactions, commodities, and barter exchange transactions, including payments reported pursuant to election described in the regulations A 11417 or reported, I don't know what that is, I got to go back and look at it, but it's saying report all amounts. 1099C. 1099C, the cancellation of debt. What to report? The cancellation of debt owed to a financial institution, the federal government, credit union, RTC, FDIC, NCUA, all those banks, y'all, all those banks. National Credit Union Association, FDIC, those are banks. A military department, the United States Postal Service, the Postal Rate Commission, or any organization having a significant trade or business of lending money. What to report? Amount to report? $600 or more. 1099 CAP. 1099 CAP. Changes in corporate control and capital structure. What to report? Information about cash, stock, or other property from an acquisition of control of substantial change in capital structure of corporation. Amount to report? Over $1,000. What's this? Oh, that's unemployment compensation. 1099H. 1099H. Health coverage tax credit advance payments. What to report? Health insurance premiums paid on the behalf of certain individuals. Your job, they pay them on your behalf. Amounts to report, all amounts. 1099 INT. 1099 INT. Interest income. What to report? Interest income, including payments reported pursuant to an election described in those regulations again, which y'all can go back and read. That 1.1471 and all that other good mess. Tax exempt interest is also reported on this form. Amounts to report: $10 or more, $600 or more in some cases. 1099K. 1099K. Payment card and third-party network transactions. What to report? Payment card transaction, third-party transaction. Amounts to report: all amounts, all amounts for payment card transactions and third-party network transactions more than $600. 1099 LS. 1099 LS. It is reportable life insurance sale. What to report? Payments made to a payment recipient in a reportable policy sale. Report that shit. Yeah, goddamn, you giving your money, you got life insurance? Put it down there. Amounts report, all of it. To the recipient unless indicated otherwise. For reportable policy sale payment recipient. February 15th for the issuer, January 15th, early as required by certain regulations. Okay, 1099 MISC. 1099 MISC, miscellaneous information. Rent or royal payments, prizes, awards that are not for services, such as winnings on TV or radio shows, including payments reporting to an election described as in section 114, whatever. Amounts to report $600 or more, except for $10 or more for royalties. Payments to crew members by owners or operators of fishing boats. I ain't got to worry about that. For payments. Okay, payments to a physician's corporation, or other supplier of health or medical services, issued mainly by medical assistance programs or health and accident insurance premiums. What a report, $600 or more. Substitute dividends and tax exempt interest payments reportable by brokers. What a report, $10 or more. Gross proceeds paid to attorneys, $600 or more. The United States account for Chapter 4, purposes to which you made no payments during a year that are reportable to any applicable form of 1099, or a United States account in which you made payments during a year that do not reach the application reported threshold for any applicable amount 1099 reported pursuant an election described in such sections. What report? All amounts, including zero. Aggregated direct sales of consumer goods for resale, $5,000 or more. 1099 NEC. 1099 NEC. Non-employee compensation. Payments made for services performed for a trade or business by people not treated as its employees, including payments reported pursuant to an election described in certain paragraphs. Examples: fees to be subcontractors or directors in the golden parachute payments. What report? $600 or more. 1099 OID. 1099 OID. Original issue discount. Original issue discount, including amounts reported pursuant to an election described in regulations. All that stuff. What a report? $10 or more. 1099 PATR. 1099 PATR. Tax distributions received from cooperatives. Distributions for cooperatives pass through to their patrons, including any domestic production activities, deduction, and certain pass-through credits. And let's see. Okay, last page. 1099Q. 1099Q. Payments from qualified education programs under sections 529 and 530. Earnings from qualified tuition programs in Coverdale ESC. All amounts. 1099R. 1099R. Distributions from pensions, annuities, retirement, profit sharing, RAs, insurance contracts, etc. Distributions from retirement and profit sharing plans, any RA insurance contracts, RA recharacterization, including payments reported pursuant to an election described in this election. The amount, $10 or more. 1099S. 1099S is proceeds from real estate transactions. Gross proceeds from the sale or exchange of a real estate and certain royalty payments, generally $600 or more. Seller's reimbursement, life insurance, exercise, transfer of stock, RA contribution, Cordell, I think that's able accounts, Medicare, certain gambling. Yeah, that's all gambling ways. So those are the important ones that you guys go back on. The ones I read where you can go back and receive your credits. Because I never knew about reporting. When you go into doctor's offices, dentist's office, if you're paying into the physician's business, stuff like that, you can report that stuff, man, and get your credits. And y'all heard the one about 1099A now. where you are the lender. Where is it again? 1099. Information about acquisition or abandonment of property that is security for a debt for which you are the lender and is to the borrower. Any doubts? Which means the banks are the borrowers, you the lender. When you go buy a car, they the borrowers, you lend them your credits. Boom. That's the RS website, y'all. And that applies to anything: credit cards, mortgages, cars, anything dealing with money transactions. You are the lender, each and every one of you. They're the borrowers. And that's RS. That comes from straight from then the 1099A. And what I read to you was straight from their book. Now, I didn't get it off no internet, no website. The RS, when I ordered my books and my papers, it came from them. So hands down. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. Don't let these come to tell y'all, oh, we lent you the money. You're a damn lie. Because it clearly said on 1099A, anything to do with a debt transaction, which you are the lender. They're the bars. That's it.
They want to know what book you were reading those codes out of. What's the name of the book? Oh, you
Hold
finna
on.
show. Sorry.
Oh, I should have had him on.
That is the RS. Oh, there it is. Okay. The 1022 general instructions. It got all those forms. And that's from the Department of Treasury, Internal Revenue Service.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yep. That's it. You got all this stuff right there. Department of Treasury forms. And that's the 2022 edition. So that's it. That's what I was reading, y'all. Everything I was reading, it came all from right here. That's what I was reading, y'all. The 1099S, the BET. That's exactly what I was reading, y'all, right there. It was 3 pages. So you order straight from them. Um, do you do the 1099? See if you do 10. Yeah, because you're acquiring a debt, and when you acquire it, you cancel it out. Once they get, because they get paid. Once they pay, that's cancel debt, which they are supposed to send you the 1099C, but they don't because they still getting paid. But you can send it to them. You cancel it yourself. hmm Pertaining to the rents, 1099 MISC. 1099 MISC. If you paying rent payments more than $600 or more, go up in the office and tell them, excuse me, sir, I need to fill this out. Bam. Go ahead. There you go. Report them. Because they're getting paid anyway. When you fill out the application, they gave it to the Fed discount window. The Fed discount window is paying your rent every month. The Federal Reserve is paying your rent every month. So once you get that $600, bam, give them that 1099 MISC. hmm So those are your credits. Those are the ones that you can. Now, there's plenty more that you can look at. So, you can go through their website, go to the IRS website, look at the employee handbook, read some different stuff about it, stuff like that. What about a car? What about the car payment, Matt? I mean, you asked him about the car payment. He had your car payment already paid for at closing, bro. But if you're talking about how you recoup your money back, do a debt validation letter to the finance company. Tell them to validate the debt. Hell, go to your Secretary of State office and do a UCC 11 lien search. Wait about 3 weeks because they're gonna put their name down at the beginning. After 3 weeks, once that check clear, they're gonna take their name off. Once they take their name off, do the UCC 11 lien search. What I showed earlier is gonna say no lien filed. Shit, go damn DOT, go get your damn shit, go get your title. Cause ain't no lien hold on. Once they take the name off, asking for a certified copy of the UCC 11, and they're gonna run a lien search, and then come back, boom. But like I said, wait about 3 weeks. You do it before then, it may pop up. It may not, but I give them about 3 weeks. Then go do it. Lovely, like yeah, debt validation to the finance company. Yep, UCC certified copy. It costs about like $8. I think I paid like $8 for it. I think it was about $8 for the copy. And they give it to you right then and there. They run the copy right then and there. They put it in your hand, so you don't have to wait for it. Let's see. What time? Damn, almost 10 o'clock. Shit, up my time. You damn eat. Hell. Yep. What are you paid? Cash in full. Give them $8,300 for them. 8,300. Yep. My man, Trooth Hurts, bruh, it's been grand.
Hey man, I'm sitting over.
Let me come up, bruh.
I appreciate you for even sharing, man. I really do. Everybody's sharing information. I do. I'm over here doing geometry in the back. My fault.
Okay, nah, you good. You good. You
got you. Got you guys. Listen, I know I can go to the tapes because I'm definitely I'm a note taker, and then I kind of analyze it, and then I apply it if need be. But I definitely know how to organize. Trust that.
I got you, bro. I got you. I got you.
Right, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Folks, it was good. Listen to you coming up.
Thank you, bro.
But like I said, you guys can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't doubt yourself. Tap into your inner self. It's possible. I mean, you gonna hit bumps, you gonna hit a roadblock, but that don't mean to give up. Don't let it defeat you. You defeat it. Don't let it defeat you. Yeah, you can defeat it.
You guys, did you download Telegram, Mike?
No, not yet. I'm gonna do it as soon as I get off the phone.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it as soon as I get off the phone. Yeah. Well, what you can do is go to Amazon. Okay. Those books I showed you earlier, y'all can get it from Amazon.
Yep.
They're not expensive. Some of the other books you can also do. You can download the PDF file online. They got some of them free, depending on how much paperwork you want to use. Right. You download a PDF file online. Let's see. Like I said earlier, I got a lot of information on my page as far as foreclosures, validation of debts. It's a variety of different stuff to how to protect yourself, how to get remedy. Man, I don't know. I just I just put out a bunch of stuff. Go check it out. Write stuff down. It's up there. So, like I said, tap in. And much success to you guys. That's all I can tell you. When you get it, don't stop. Don't stop. And that's all I got, man. So I'm about to drop out, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat. Appreciate everybody that came up. And Nisi, I'm gonna holler at you later.
All right, fam. I appreciate you again, man. I will talk very soon, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
All
yes,
right,
sir. Bro. Okay, bro. Appreciate you. All right.
Yes, sir.
Love y'all. Later.
Yeah. All right, now. Yeah, I definitely appreciate everybody that tapped in. I'll probably go another 30 minutes, 3 minutes after 10 on my side. I hear you lightly. Somebody say, can you hear me? lightly.
We can barely hear you, Elvis.
Wow, they must be really messing with your audio. Mhm. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. It's really low, bro. Sounds like you just really not even talking on a phone. You're talking on one of them like little microphones, like one of them old speaker phones. That definitely doesn't sound like you have anything up to date, honestly.
Yeah, you just got dropped.
Yeah, honestly, it sounds like an old flip phone from the '80s. Like, it definitely is. It was a bad connection, bro. Bad, and he be dropping gems like no shade, like
He
bro.
do. They always get him though. They always get Elvis. They're
Yeah,
always.
yeah, I rocks with him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, all right, man. Appreciate you, Matthew, for tapping in. Wow.
Got you, Elvis.
Yeah, they got you in the clutch.
And he's really trying to talk too.
What?
Okay, we can hear you say you're gonna show us something.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
can barely hear you. We hear like bits and pieces. Like you gotta like.
Yes.
Yeah, do that. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Use your other phone. Okay, we're gonna be on for like another 30 minutes. I think
Yeah.
to 9:30 to 9:30, so another 24 minutes. Yeah, we on central. Well, I'm on central time. What time you, brother?
I'm on East Coast.
Yeah, he an hour here, so he 10:06. So 10 we gonna cut out. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We gonna hang out till you do come back.
Yeah, we're gonna try to hang out till you get back.
Yeah. All right, bro. How long you think about? Hmm. Yeah, I have no control of it, so hope you don't think it's anything this way. I have. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, it is
yeah, they always
slow
get you.
too. Like you talking in the cloud, like a cloud. Yeah, yeah, like a closet.
Like a closet, like a
Yeah,
closet. It's very muffled.
yeah.
Like we can probably hear you because we're up here in the panel with you, but the people downstairs, they can't hear you. I said downstairs, but
Go ahead.
the people in the chat can't barely hear you. They can't. They can barely hear you. Okay, that's right. That's right. We don't quit.
Right. Peace, fam. Peace. All right. Yo, do you guys? I have one more thing. There's another content creator, bro. He's on this. He's been on this journey. Like I know he went up under Midwest at one point, right? I think it was Midwest, but he was on TikTok and shit. His name was Bay or something like that. What was his name? Oh man, he used to go Bow. Do y'all remember seeing his TikToks? And he was going to the courts and he was filing these documents, but he was getting his documents filed. Y'all see that? You don't remember him? Yo, this kid, he's on Instagram, you guys. Now, I'm telling you this is how real I am. I'm just resourceful, but he's not on my team and I'm not associated with him. But the brother seems to have cracked the code, in his own way. My way is it's more digital, valuation of what you created from forming your trust, that equitable certificate, right? So that's my perspective of it. Brother tapped into it another way, and there's other people that tapped into it, so we know a multitude of ways that we don't discuss, but I just thought I'd drop that gem on you guys if you want to get an overstanding of it, like bro's pretty much, he's got the receipts, so check him out. His name,
Somebody dropped a name. Is that person?
no, his name's A New Mind. Let me see here. ANU_mind. I think it's like 704 or something like that. I'm not sure. I can't remember the numbers after, but that's his name there. Bro seems to have his own way that I haven't heard. And then you have Mr. Eric Ingram. They call him Taliban Swag or something on. He, his team over there, they win in constantly as well, guys. So like I said, I'm resourceful. So we've seen a lot of impressive stuff because the people that are in our group are actually in these other groups. Like we all have managed to just gain this knowledge. So you guys don't take anything from a person. If they worth it, they worth it. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up on some of these good names to go follow as well. And then you're more than welcome to come back and share and tell us if you need help. And we just kind of direct you through your journey. Who wrote? No, that redemption manual thing, like, I don't know. Can you put them in the chat? Put them in the chat. Oh, put them in the chat. Nah, bro. I don't know. I would learn. I would love to listen to folks that just like bro got 7 million in his account, right? So, why wouldn't you want to know like what the hell did he do there? And then I know people that did some other things that they had large amounts in their account. Offer to make substantial gifts to this whole program. So we're all just doing what we do normally, keeping it between us. But there's a lot of benefits in this besides, car notes and, I know mortgages are like the worst, like in most cases, like people dealing with that. That's just a horrible experience. We do have remedy though. We have proof. We have people that won. So just a matter of learning, and ain't nobody taking away from the energy that you have to show these people, like you shouldn't have to pay for information. You need that money to pay your obligations to live your life in peace, right? But now we're just showing you the way out, and it should come as like a family affair. Like we all should be able to agree that we don't agree to the shit that's going on. We all should be able to agree with that shit. Like something's not right, right? Something's not right here. Bridges are for the military. You hear me? That's it. Did you unmilitarize? Did you do a rescission with your selective service? Did you do the what is that? The 3275 to change your address from the post office, from the hospital, from the courthouse? Did you guys do that yet? Yep. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Appreciate it. I know it's something else. There's another one too, but and then again, folks that have their their passports, they're they don't worry about as much as other people, but that foreign capacity is I don't know, some of you guys should look into that. No. 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 Just said no. Killian said no. What I missed? Can you guys come up? Oh, I'm sorry. I follow back to what it do. Do your passport say citizen? No. What? That's for the 5-star. Is that your? I mean, this is just for education and entertainment purposes only. I'm curious what your method may be. Oh, just can't wait. Okay. Okay. Copy that. Have you seen any benefits between the two? Have you seen, like, do you know somebody that put non-U.S. citizen national versus the citizen? And what made you choose that one? That'd be good, like Vlad TV, to just question people about this journey. Is like, I removed the citizenship from the U.S. passport. Okay, like the military status, right? Right. So what form do we do to start that process? It's jurisdiction. Copy that. We know. Yep. I'm with you. Same page. Yep. Okay. That's one way. It's theirs. That's right. Do it again if you already have one. Do it again with the SS5. I'm not sure if she was referring to the social security number, Lacey. I'm curious. You can come up too, right? Okay, Elvis. Yeah, because I hope you're
I can come up. Hey, y'all.
What up?
What's up? How's everybody doing?
Chilling. I'm trying to get some phone, some connection for Elvis over here.
I know Elvis's phone's been messed up all week. What's going on, Elvis? All weekend.
Dang.
I was trying to catch what you guys were talking about there. Were we talking about this? Elvis was saying remove the citizenship from the U.S. passport. Is that kind of like what we're talking about? Do the passport process, or?
Yeah, well, whoever this was, Rob RB, right?
Okay.
I believe that's who it was. He had mentioned saying citizenship. Put citizen on there, and I'm like, okay, no problem, right? So why? And then I've seen people do non-U.S. citizen. So I'm just curious, like, what is some people's perception on that? I'm actually curious because I know which route I took. I just.
Oh, okay. So you did do your. Yeah, I was curious too what they were referring to because I did non-citizen. So I was like, I don't understand.
Right. I don't think actually it does matter,
Right, it does.
This whole race thing, that ethnicity thing, that's really a big part of it,
Yeah, I don't think I'm looking through mine now. Like, because I had a template for the application, like not a template, but I had the application printed out and like written in red so that I could remember what to put on there. But there was something like specific in the passport application that like references the whole like U.S. national versus citizenship thing.
Listen, I went and recently I went ahead and I Googled Fondling Hospital, right? Fondling Hospital in my state. And how come my birth hospital came up? And if you look what fondling means, like I just did the research because I heard somebody mention it, but fondling, look up what that means, y'all.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Bungling Hospital. It's gonna blow your mind. Like, what the heck is this about?
Now I'm curious about this passport. I have been looking for this application to see what it says because there was something on there that I was thinking of as they were talking about it.
Yeah, I had posted it in the Telegram. It was just, I thought I'd share it with the TikTok. Like, you guys check this out. Like, this is news too. It's like I'm the librarian. I'm just sharing what I've read.
I need to get in the you said Telegram?
Yeah, Telegram. Just jump in.
Is that in the link? You have a link in your bio?
Yep, I do. I have a link in the like the links in the bio. I get tired of seeing that shit. Oh my goodness. Hey, Freedom, shout out to you. You came through, yo. Like, really, y'all need to follow Freedom. She is clutch. Came through and just really, and oh, listen, sis, I'm going to get to you. But Freedom, definitely, I appreciate you.
I appreciate. I just knew it was gonna get hectic. I just knew, like, because we got up to like 112 people, and so I just knew it was gonna carry. It was gonna be like a wave, and I just saw it, and I was like, okay, brother over here, and that's why I was like, can you make me a mod? Because we had some craziness going on. I don't know if you saw it, but some dude like mooned us. Because at first I was like. At first, I was like, is that somebody's face? And then I was like, oh no, those are cheeks.
Those are straight up cheeks, yo. I was like, is it a picture? And I'm sweating like.
So I know you have a lot going on. And so I was like, well, let me make me a mod. So I what I usually do is I don't kick them out. Like some of them I don't kick out unless they're like saying some offense. I just mute them. And so you just can't say nothing. You can't comment. You can't nothing, you know? And so, and then with the one that showed his behind, I just reported his butt. But I was like, what in the ham sandwich is going on?
Yo, he said we've been on here for 8 hours. That is wild, John.
Yes, wow. I mute them quick. I mute them quick because I'm like, okay, if they're in the chat talking crazy, you get muted, you know. And if you get up in the chat and you show craziness, okay, I'm gonna report you and I'm kicking you out. So
non-combative, non-belligerent, keep it moving. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just knew you were gonna need some, you know. I mean, you know, like I said, I know a little bit, but I like to try to help with the, you know, scanning the room and help with the host and the panelists, you know, going forth. And so that's what I just did. I just stayed in my lane. And my sis, she was, you know, she came up and we were just moving as we should. So I don't like craziness. Everybody, you know, I'm like my sister.
That thing off so fast.
Listen, you know, I'm only in the background. I'm only in the chat. Okay. But no, Lacey, somebody's asking some questions. They're asking if you do mind showing, throwing some pointers, I guess, into like what you got going on.
Yeah, she was asking about the coupon process, but
dang.
Yeah, and everybody's situation. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I get it. Everybody's situation is different. You know, like 100%. You have to find out the department who's the trustee that handles those instruments, those bonds, those notes, securities, whatever you want to call it. That company is the one who takes your money and bosses you around, while the instrument that you gave away got assigned to another person, maybe a trust. So now there's a relationship because your instrument is over there. So Mike was talking about some of the stuff, but that's basically, you got to do your digging. That's the only part, because nobody's going to do it for you. Like, that's a whole company. I got to take my time out and really go digging. Like, you really just go to the website. 9 times out of 10, the information you're looking for is right there. What the fuck?
Freedom got him. Don't even worry about it.
Thank you.
Well, I was going to share.
Don't let me, there we go. Don't let him use his video, because they might do some more crazy stuff again.
Your finance company said they're their own trustee, which is possible if they So does it?
Yes,
It's
of
well,
course.
mine didn't need to go to an indentured trustee, so that's where my situation is a little bit different.
But not this
Bec-
time, I know. I
Because
could
I
tell
shared
you
with
hundreds of times. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I share with you guys how I'm like in the process of, breach of contract with the dealership. And so under this breach of contract with them in this dispute, my car was brand new when I got it. So it was like a really funky thing, and I began to really put all of the, the knowledge and, everything that I had learned into practice, which is the application, right? Taking something and going with it. And my car was brand new. And I happened to, I'm a person of action. I don't sit around too long, but there's a lot to everything that we're learning. So everybody always says, well, where do you start? Well, it depends, right? Like on where you're at, because, there's a lot of things. I always recommend the books like, the UCC Connection and Meet Your Straw Man. That's where I definitely started reading those. And then there's another book that I really like too. It's the one that's David E. Robinson, Give Yourself Credit, Money Doesn't Grow on Trees. Mm-hmm. That one kind of has some stuff about the coupon process. But again, these are like older books, but it's foundation, right? Like especially paying bills and some of this basic stuff is what's really important for a lot of people right now, because the state of the economy is just kind of crazy.
Well,
and so I think that
192 kind of person. I'm more of a mutual set off kind of person. I'm not a HJR, public law, any of that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. So that stuff, once you get past that and you realize that there is an underlining asset and you waived your rights unknowingly and unintentionally.
That's right.
That's all. Once you have something, and you making allegations, it's their job to do whatever from that point. You've already noticed them. You've done what you had to do. Then the rest is like, hey, I had to work for a whole damn week researching and doing all this stuff. I'm going to have to invoice you this. I told you if I respond again, some invoice in my check, That's how you just got to just tell them how you, listen, I'm charging you, man. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a financial advisor, none of that shit. So you not telling me that what I know, what the law is, the Constitution, I know what I am. Do you know who I am? I'm living, breathing, taking control of the estate. I need you to recognize that I'm not that dead entity, and I'm here to represent myself, revoking all power of attorneys, all nunc pro tunc, all of that stuff you just incorporated in your presentment. You in there, trust me.
Yeah, so there's like a few basic fundamentals, right? Like some of it which Red teaches about understanding contracts and understanding trusts, because at some point or another we are in one or both of those relationships, and usually it's both, right? And then the securities aspect behind everything, which this is for anybody who's new, like this is just not something that you learn like in a week. It's not an immediate process for those who have emergencies, unfortunately. It's a whole mindset shift. It's a lifestyle change. It's all of the things. Like it's just all of the things. But I wanted to share that. So in my dispute process, I did submit the coupon back. So my bank, they sent me the coupon without the bond on top, just literally the coupon part of the bottom. And I just converted it to a money order, filled it out as a check, right? And then put my, my authorized signature on the bottom right-hand side of it, sent it back, and they applied it to my account. And so I say that to say that I think the only really reason that might be being successful right now is because I'm in a dispute with the original creditor, and I'm sure that they're aware of it. So either that or I'm just really flipping lucky. Like I don't know how else that anybody could be that lucky to just stamp, endorse, send, right? Or like whatever they call it. Where you just endorse it and like send it back. Like nobody's having that kind of luck, because this is something that they don't want people to know, which is why they're in the which is probably why you guys are so deep into the blockchain stuff, which I'm nowhere near any of that. I'll just I'll just keep following the pack on that one. But our monetary system is changing, just like it did 100 years ago, right? So it's changing and it's shifting again. And the thing is that most people may not see that in their lifetime, but those of us, in the 40 and up club, we're in this place where we are seeing all of these types of changes that most people don't get to see in a lifetime, right? Like our grandparents who went through or our great grandparents who really are the ones who went through it. Our grandparents were most likely born like right around the Great Depression or after the Great Depression, but our great grandparents were born and they lived it. Right. But they're gone. Most of them are gone. And now here we are like having this monetary type of, shift that people just ain't ready for. And they're doing away with cash, and just all these places that are, it's like a whole nother conversation that I don't want to get sidetracked, but that's the only reason why I think I had success with the coupon is because I'm in a dispute process with the original creditor and I don't really know. So I haven't disputed anything with the bank yet because I'm just kind of doing one thing at a time over here, not not rushing it, not, because I'm also learning while I'm implementing at the same time. And with that being said, as long as they apply my coupon, I'm going to finish one process at a time before I go back for the security aspect of it with the bank, because there's a lot more to happen there, right? Than just the 2 times the finance charge and damages and restitution on the other side. So with that being said, what do they say? Where's cash supposed to be going? Well, you just got to really dig into that. It depends on what your focus is. Some people don't know anything about the monetary stuff. Some people don't know anything about the blockchain stuff. Some people are like, what is that? Am I in arbitration? I suppose it's not an official arbitration, but what would you call that, Truth? Like they have an arbitration clause in the original retail installment contract. But then I submitted them, by affidavit, to provide me with the certain documentation and information regarding the account. And after I reviewed, so there's multiple violations in there, of course, which I never ever realized.
No, I'm more like to the point, of this whole thing. I mean, imagine a ticked off old man, right? Just ranting and, patriotic, all that good shit. That's where I'm at with it. This piece of paper, this is called offer and acceptance. It's equity. This is a pure thing, right?
Right.
You turned a pure thing into something just bad because of, no, I can't say that you did it. All right. That's how the system is like a crosshair. It's just, they intersect with each other. And some people take advantage of the nexus point, that point of connection where the monetary conversion happens. We have to learn how to tap into that because they have the right to, and so do we, right? And the people that accept these instruments are in the business of accepting these instruments. We're going outside of these departments, and you got to talk to the departments that handle these instruments. So I see a lot of friction come from just the point of connection, who you're communicating with and how you're communicating, because some of it's a little harassing, if
you have to be real soft and gentle.
Exactly, because they can definitely put a cease and desist on you. By you contacting the wrong person. So it's a lot of people don't do the research. They're letting somebody else half-ass doing some stuff. It's just, I see so many losers and I see so many wins, and I'm not out here creating new contracts to say, oh yeah, I just got this and I just got that. I'm looking for a particular way of showing folks that nexus point of this conversion, honorably, there's a way to do it. And I just haven't tapped into it myself without an agreeing party.
Right.
You got
you were saying earlier. Yep. So I have a question for you about that arbitration. I wanted to know what your thoughts are. I was waiting to see if I was going to try to connect with Freedom this week and maybe Mad. So in the original retail installment contract, they have the arbitration notice in there, right? Demand for whatever arbitration, if any disagreements or whatever. So I didn't technically file for arbitration, but I submitted everything via affidavit. I just sent them out a notice of fault, and then they have a little bit more time, and then I'll be sending them a notice of assuming that they're not going to be responding, because we're We're about like 4 or 5 weeks in or something like that now. So I was going to send them a notice of non-response, but do I still technically have to file the arbitration because that's what the contract says, or it's a breach of contract and it's kind of fraud? So I'm asking them to provide me with this information. So like, do I need to complete all of my administrative, procedures before filing for arbitration, or?
There should be some kind of communication. There's some kind of department that you can contact, right? Arbitration is like a mediation, right? Meeting of the minds with an intermediary, right? If you can find some way to get the information you have and then have more evidence showing that, this is going on, you have to express it, right? If you don't express it, then they don't know it's there. And, that's the point where I don't see it. I don't know what exactly you did per se, but
right
at this point, there would be a greeting. It would be something that I would represent myself. Like somewhere along the line, I can see you doing the following. You are following the Power of Attorney Act of whatever and the Negotiable Instruments Act. You're not accepting my negotiable instrument based off of these alleged, reasons, right? That I'm a minor, I am incompetent, I am of some certain nationality or race. You see, these are what people don't pinpoint on, on these connect the dot portions, and you would just represent yourself saying, I'm inquiring about the following. Did you follow gap procedures? Who took the note? Was the note sold to a third party? Have you, realized?
Yeah, a lot of those questions were in the original affidavit for request of information, or whatever exactly it was titled. All of that was in there. And they contacted me. Well, first they called me the same day they got it, which is not a qualified response, but just to talk or whatever, I guess, just gauging my understanding. So basically, mine was from the second part of that was just saying, hey, like these numbers do not match. These numbers are different in all different areas. I'm asking for this information. I'm asking for the statement of accounts and list of collateral according to, UCC, whatever it is, I forget what it is right off the top of my head. Forgive me, guys. I've been up since like 4 a.m. But according to, those different things, like I have a right to have them if we're in a contract with each other. And I'm simply asking because these numbers do not match up. So, but I didn't, it was just kind of like, I asked that information and now they're on notice. Like I've made a claim, I've made a statement of claims for damages and restitution and, the such in regards to breach of contract for lack of material disclosures and, things of that nature. So they're asking how many times the company, so I'm dealing actually with Toyota, and Toyota is, this particular location is a franchise version, but they submitted my application to Toyota Financial, which they didn't have my permission to do. I already, had a relationship with a bank when I went in there, and they submitted my application to multiple other locations. And Toyota Financial just settled at the end of 2023 a $60 million lawsuit for like unfair and deceptive business practices. And so it doesn't exactly look very good, even though this, 9-210, request for accounting and statement of collateral or something of that nature. Yeah, that was all in there. I've requested it. And actually, under that particular UCC, they only have 14 days to provide me with that information, but under Truth and Lending, it's 21. So, they had also additional time to provide me with all of the information because Truth and Lending required a longer period of time and they just didn't give me anything. So what do you mean? Which person submitted my application? Are you referring to like at the dealership, like the salesman, or something else?
Right, exactly. Who had the instrument? Like who had the instrument from your signing? Like who was the finance director, the dealer?
The individual. So I think they're talking about the salesperson. It was the salesman. He was the one. So there was no paper application. He was the one who took my information, the sales guy, and he put it into the computer And it was very generic. And I somehow ended up with a copy of that from the bank by accident. It was supposed to be confidential file, like from the dealership. And that's what they printed out and gave to me. So I actually have like the electronic version of it, but what difference does that make? Because they sent it everywhere. It doesn't help me. It just shows that like I was able to see what they put on there, unless there's something else that like, because if he did, he can be held liable for damages. I put the general manager and the owner, because the general manager was taking accountability because he wanted to be included in the managing partners, reference that I was referring. I was referring to managing partners, and GMs typically are not referred to as managing partners. You're not you're not an executive level, but it's a little different in a franchise, I assume. So somebody's here. It's probably your sister. Sorry.
Oh no.
So anyway, he wanted to be included. So I included him. I'm like, all right, Dave, you sure about that, buddy? You might want to recuse yourself from this one, but he didn't.
What?
Yeah, he wanted to be a part of it. And I was like, I think that this should be handled, at the executive level as per my original request and things like that. So that, stop. Jeez. So that, so that he didn't get in trouble, or that he wasn't responsible for anything that, doesn't technically belong to him, that he didn't have to. But I'm like, okay, Dave, well, if you keep telling me that you're part of the managing partners because you want to be a part of that, well, then you're going to be held liable in this, this here claim that we got going on. I often wonder if the salespeople actually know like what's going on. I don't know if they do.
They don't most of the time, but it's that commercial piece of paper. It's that book entry. It's
that's what matters. Yep.
It's that conversion. It's that I buy it for this, for nothing, and then I go sell it and I split you down. Whatever goes down, whatever. We just don't get any interest on the sale. That's the part where I'm like, if you sold this note 3, 4, 5 different times and you've exceeded the obligation, then anything over top of that obligation, run me back. Anything over $1.
Right.
And this is what we're not coming back and doing, and that's the fight. That's the journey of they're not listening to my instrument. You're not listen. You don't need anybody to do anything. You have to do it. Okay. So you gave them a time. They didn't do it along with the time that you're stating. Then there's time to notify certain individuals. Like you can do the notary presentment, or you can go through the courts and file it on record as in a miscellaneous. You just go to your local court and follow the instructions. And then take it to the next level. It can go all the way up the ladder, and the more it goes up the ladder, the higher that number just seems to go up.
Yeah, because the one, if you're looking, what is that one, Freedom, that is under the Federal Trade Commission under financial institutions, especially whenever you're regarding types of payments, right? The certain types of payments, especially whenever you're going back like towards the bank and you're talking about your types of payments, take them to federal court. Yeah, I mean, eventually I'll get there. I'm just working on the insurance. The company has insurance. They'll pay your claim and give you remedy. Yeah, I'm waiting on that. They're ignoring me right now. So, but they continue to ignore me. And that's okay. We're just moving forward through the process. That's all. They owe me remedy because, they took my instrument, and not only that, they gave it to their financial institution, their in-house financial institution, number one, and then their external, which is Toyota Financial. So then they gave it to them. Didn't have any authorization, obviously, for any of that kind of stuff. And Toyota Financial just settled a $60 million lawsuit in the latter few months of 2023 for unfair and deceptive business practices. But that's what I was going to say about the Federal Trade Commission for financial institutions. When they dishonor your notes, you just don't have the foundation also, right? Because when they dishonor your note, your type of payment, right? There is a way to hold them accountable for that under the Federal Trade Commission for financial institutions as well. I think it's section 29 of the Federal Trade Commission, Section 29 of the Securities Act or something like, I forget exactly what it is, but yeah, it's like certain thousands of dollars per day. And then like after a second notice, it goes up to like $25,000 per day that they continue to disregard your type of payment. But if you don't know how to use that information or you don't have it there, then it's not going to work for you. Yeah. And then the third notice for that type of financial institution, if you're holding them accountable and you're understanding that Section 29, after the third notice, it's $1 million a day that they're in violation of not accepting your type of payment according to what payments are. The definition of what is a, I forget what it's called. What is a payment? My brain's all jumbled. I've been up for a long, long time, but most people know what I'm talking about for that.
Exactly. There's no claim,
yeah,
there's no proof of a claim. There's no correction of, there's no proof of you showing, hey, I told them, like, Your Honor, this is a security. And this is what I'm going to need. I'm going to need them to either do their part or I'm going to do it for them. And then I'm going to go through the process of filing it through to discharge this debt. So my credit still is clear. I'm taking care of the off ledger. You guys ain't taking care of it. I'm going to have to do it. So till you take control of those securities and be able to manage your own accounts and show them that you are competent enough to handle the securities by going through their procedures that they outline,
they're not going to accept no payment coupon if you ain't speaking their language, right? You've got to get it. You got to know it inside out. And if you don't, they know that you don't know what you're talking about and they're just going to ignore you.
Yeah, you got to let them know. You got to until you step into that power of attorney position or, you hire somebody or you get somebody else to do it for you competent enough to handle that financial portion of your life or department of your life, let them do it. Like it should be a group agreement. Like here's this, I sign this, you sign this, and this is how we're going to do this, Like we don't have that trust in one another because we've just seen so much in our lives just collapse from trusting motherfuckers. I'm with y'all, I'm with y'all, honey, because I listen to a lot of stuff and it's a lot of trust that's involved in this space. People are expecting you to come through. Keep it real, and that's what we've put together. Is like I know enough to tell y'all that some of the things that's discussed is not going to work. Some of the things that we did discuss is working. Is potentially going to keep working till the system changes. So
they word it out and they change it. Yeah, exactly.
But everything's digital, so we have the power to tokenize our washer, our dryer, bundle that up, give it some insurance. And do your due. You see?
I've been hearing you talking about that. I'm learning as you talk about that more and more. To put everything on that. I'm like, what is he talking about? I don't understand this. But I listen. I just keep going.
Listen, it doesn't have to be all in one, right? We don't got to put all our eggs in one basket. We can say, this holding company holds this trust, right? And that trust is for minor A. And this trust over here holds stuff for minor B, but these are only activated, upon, the passing. So it's all about turning that into a digital evidence, right? That of its existence is going to be on the on a network. That's your certificates. That's your picture of little Tommy sliding down the slide. You turn that into an NFT, you get that shit some value. Listen, y'all, what? I'm not even playing. I've already been told what it is, so I'm just trying to pass it on. We all got the power to create. We ain't got to be sitting here worrying about, you're valuable now. You don't even know it, but let's go get these securities, run it back, and then, turn what we have idea-wise into something that's, fruition. It's breathing. It's I don't know, all kind of special things we can do.
What kind of, I'm just wondering, you would think these people who hold these high level financial positions, Why we ain't got somebody on our side already? Or maybe we do, but they ain't messing with us low-level functionaries or something. They're already out there like doing it, right? And they got the connections at the table.
They
right?
gave them jobs. They're called bankers, investors, brokers.
Right. Investment bankers. You get that right.
Yeah.
Audit the company. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that too. Just doing one step at a time. And plus I'm probably just going to send it through the IRS instead of, paying for a forensic audit or anything like that. I'm just going to do it through the IRS. Audit the owner. Yep. I'm going to do that too. And I'm going to include his GM who wants to be a part of the managing partners. So he wanted to be included. He wanted to feel special as a managing partner, and he's probably going to wish he didn't. When you give somebody a fair warning, I don't know, maybe they just don't believe you or something like that. But bro, like, you should have listened to me the first time I gave you an out, right? Like, I've worked in sales. I gave you the opportunity to step out and remove yourself from this year's situation that you should have walked away from. And be like, oh yeah, you can, But they really put him in the middle of it because it was like all this back and forth that I had to make sure that I had clarification because the owner would not respond to me. So he sent back through the GM to come back through me. And I said, this really respectfully, this needs to be handled by the owner and his legal team. And he says, everyone here has reviewed, whatever. And I was like, okay, so I need to break that down one step further. And I need to understand that Mr. Brandon Younger has, in fact, seen this document and has reviewed it in its entirety. And this is the response that he gave you after his review himself or with his legal team or whatever. And he said, yes. I was like, okay, well, let's go. Yeah, he must not know. You got that right. You must not know. They don't want no smoke. They don't know what's coming. But, it's, I show up, just asking questions and being nice, but we'll find out when they keep getting these notices. These notices are turning into demands quickly, so they have to turn it around somehow. Yeah, not an attorney. Any of my documents. That's something to the effect of civil procedure, which I haven't studied very much, but I know that you cannot present yourself as an attorney, so I always make sure my stuff says not an attorney.
What is Form CRS? Does anybody know can somebody look up Form CRS?
My internet's been wonky. My laptop's not even working. My phone was barely working there for a while. Anybody else look it up? CRS, is it an IRS form?
I was wondering if you can just search Form CRS. I'm not sure
Form
what it is.
CRS.
What the hell?
So it looks like it's a form that's on the United States Security and Exchange Commission.
Mm-hmm.
Good one. That's a good one. Wow.
All right now. So you guys are awesome. So make it do what it do.
Oh yeah, that's good for that one. CR.
Now watch this go all over TikTok. It's going to go all over TikTok, guys.
Nope, because ain't that many people here. It's 51 people, and most people don't know what to do with it. So,
look, y'all, don't.
So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna run with it. Maybe me and Freedom.
There you go. Listen, I'm talking about it on every situation. On every situation, you hear me? Like cases, all of that. Did you file the necessary CRS form? Do you know what the CRS form is? Please, sir, ma'am. On this case, I need all accounting, all of it.
Just got some heat with this, baby. Yeah, Lacey. We gonna smoke, baby.
All right, man. Look at that.
Oh my.
Look at y'all.
That one is smoke. That was hey, listen, that was a gem.
Listen.
That's a big gem.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, that's a,
Come on, let me get some taps. Let me get some taps. You know what it is,
yeah.
y'all. Tap,
Yeah, run them lights up, yo.
Listen, I got you. There's a bunch of other forms. You guys know there's so many ways to skin a cat. So just being in the proper office is what most of the time it's going to be the issue. You know, whoever stank ass is getting your correspondence, you know, they could be in a bad mood. Like, I ain't listening to shit. We got 7 lawyers. Screw them. You know, and then we listen. Hey, I'm following up because I sent you correspondence, you know, regarding this subject, this account, and you failed to respond in the time that I required. So here's my follow-up, which is actually involuntary servitude. I feel as though that this is a forced hire because I told you. So somehow I do feel that I'm obligated to tell you that billing may occur from this point on. You know, then you just convey that I'm aware some things have come to my attention that I'm alleging that potentially there's been some shit going on with this account, you know, and I'd like to know, you know, did you guys follow these rules? Are you aware of this? Had you filed this form? Do you know what the 1099A is? And go at them and watch them shake, rattle, and roll. They're going to be like, oh, you know too much. Yes. Listen, we'll handle that from this point on. So just bill them, you know.
This information that I sent out to them, I thought would rattle them a little bit. And I think that they are rattled, but they're probably just
wrong department.
put a lien on the dealership about that too. Yeah, I think so. But
equity,
they're not doing it. I mean, they're a
equity.
private what's that?
A court of equity. It would just strictly be in equity, you know, everything regarding.
So you're referring to like federal district court?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, and even if you file it in the chancery court, like this is another thing, guys. Like a lot of stuff I hear people doing. You know, the chancery court is in Tennessee, right? Right.
Yes, mm-hmm.
Right. So we're all filing stuff. You know, DC has a recorder's office as well. Right. So
I'm in Maryland, so I'm close to DC.
All right. So, you know, putting these things on the record in some of these key nexus points is just, you know, that's a whole different thing. I mean, that's where I see remedy at is not in the lower court. 3,000, 15,000. No.
Yeah, they told me that I didn't have any standing in law or equity. And I'm like, I guess you don't know what the law is then now, do you? I happen to learn it better than you, but I'm no pro, that's for sure.
Did you have a power of attorney?
Yeah, I revoked it.
And you were listed as the power of attorney on the case?
No, they were listed as power of attorney because it was a car contract, an auto contract.
Right. So you never said, I'm revoking that prior to the case entering the court.
That's correct.
Got you.
Can you file a complaint with comptroller? Yeah, probably going to do. I mean, you know, those will all be like the final things, right? Like depending on.
This is what the comptroller told me to do. Sorry to interrupt. She said you have the banking and securities department of that state. You would make the complaint to them, and then they would forward it over to the comptroller, and the comptroller would cut the check. So if we're dealing in a certain instrument, you know, whatever. But once we invoke Big Brother IRS in it, you know, now it's a different ballgame for them. So I think we all are sitting on we're sitting on something with these BCs, you know, and I'm seeing people do stuff with it, and I'm waiting for more evidence to like really be like, guys, you know, and I'm trying to do something with it, but I'm not sharing, you know, because I haven't accomplished it yet. But other folks have. So I'm just saying
just focus on big stuff like that. There's a lot going on with that. I have mine authenticated. I think did you say earlier you have to have them federal? State and federal? Yeah. I have a couple of different copies that are state and federal, but I'm like, I'll just chuck them in the back of the file cabinet for now because I don't know what to do with it. You know,
once you eventually get the federal, get it on the federal, and then just like I was talking about those areas of recordings, and then the rest would be just a notice, and then you would just include instrument numbers. You would leave it up to the person who's getting your correspondence to do their due diligence and research these filings or whatever you're stating, you know. So you don't have to put 20 different pieces of paper together. Just a nice little introduction letter and just cleaning up the record. When we're dealing with the courts, it's got to be a rule to evidence, and the evidence has to be authentic. The judge will not honor anything most of the time if it's not authentic, meaning that it can't prove that the person who signed it is the person, you know, who has something to do with the instrument. So that's a lot of times I see people failing in that. They don't get an authenticated oath of office. They don't present that and add that as evidence. People aren't aware of certain maneuvers that one can take to shake some of them things off. People are afraid of bankruptcy. It's really scary.
Thing that I learned that is one of the most simple, and that's not my particular forte at this time, but the foreclosure thing is, you know, simply asking them to put the note into evidence because they cannot do it. And because they cannot do it, I mean, if you really just know how to stand on that, you understand the reason why that's so important, and that the note and the what you call cannot be separated. And they don't have the note because they sold it, right? They sold it 1,000 times or whatever, however it all, you know, I don't even know how it all works, but I know that they sell it and they cannot produce it under, you know, when people are in foreclosure, but they don't even know something simple as to ask for it or require it to be put into evidence. And they can't do that. And that's the whole basis for pretty much anything under foreclosure. You can cover your ass, basically, if you know what to do with that.
I'm going to tell you how I've seen it a few times. I've seen remedy, okay, where the individual is going up against the, how can I say this, TikTok? They're going up against the defendant, or the affiant, or the complainant, right? And shit. I got to tell you this, though. This is a good one. So the complainant.
We're just like the military code words or something.
Yes, so listen, man. Listen, look, the capital T is real, you guys. You guys got to be aware. The capital T is, you don't want to be with that capital T. Listen, so look, so anyways, it ended up that the person had to go after them in their, you know, their regular capacity, right? They had to send them an actual notice of suit, right? And then the foreclosure disappeared. I'm serious. Like, it's really a matter of pushing back. And that's where people aren't in a position to do it because they don't know how to administer their own office.
Yeah. And something that I just learned myself and that I would be comfortable standing on. So typically I have to pay taxes, pretty substantial taxes. Okay. And, so I just really have come into, you know, just this part of the, you know, all the things that we do, right? Is that, you know, whenever they come collecting for that, I mean, there's a lot of things that you could do, but really they're a third party debt collector. And all you have to do is validate the debt, just like you do with any other type of debt validation, right? Like you want to make sure that they have the authority to collect on the debt, and they never do.
With the certificate of indebtedness.
Exactly. So,
all right. Yeah.
Yes. And some people don't realize, I mean,
send a registered security, endorse that, accept it for honor.
That's right.
Give that qualified endorsement on the back of it and settle that account and any other account that you may have. That's where I'm at with it. See, me and you on the same page, see, because I'm doing that now with the house, right? So I'm sitting there trying to, you know, I'm not trying. I have conversated with this gentleman and I'm very transparent. And I explained that this is just what the trust is expecting from him, you know. So I said I would, you know, request this amount of time to present it, you know, give me like 30 days and, you know, the debt should be paid, right? So I need the purchase agreement. So I'm basically going through the same thing, you know, that everybody else is trying to accomplish. I've spoken with the gentleman and it says that a lot of us are scared, you know, that's what it is. We have to realize that what we hold in our hands as the age of majority is something other than that instrument. And running it back to Caesar and letting them take care of the accounting is their job.
Right.
You know,
right.
So.
My uncle just had like some ridiculous tax bill because he recently retired down in the state of Florida. And he was a city worker. He worked for the city. And whatever it was, something happened like between like his pension and his retirement and like all this stuff that he had, filing taxes, and he probably was just going somewhere simple because he had retired, didn't have anything complicated. His house was paid off, stuff like that. But something happened when he retired from the city, and then he ended up owing, I think it was like something really just dumb, stupid, like over $20,000 in taxes. And this was last year. I'm like, dang. And now I think about it, and I was talking to my aunt, and she says, if he's taking care of that. And I said, well, let me just share like a little gem with you. And, I'm not sure if you know anything to do with it, but if you have any questions, just let me know, and let them know that they're just a third party debt collector. And really, you probably don't have to pay any of that because you're not validating the debt. You have to ensure that anybody who is asking you to pay them money has the authority to do so. You can't just be out here sending your money, your greenbacks, right, to just anybody. Why are we doing that? Like, why are we doing that without verifying and validating with this particular knowledge that it's required, that we owe them something, make them prove it, prove I owe you something. Provide me this information and prove that I actually do owe you something, regardless of what the situation is. Taxes, I don't care what it is. But again, you have to
argue with them. There's no arguing. There's no need to argue. There's no nothing. It's
exactly. There's not.
That's it. All you got to do is send in your presentment, and that's it. There's no way. Like, I've seen too much now at this point. Like, I see what it is. So now I'm at the point of the purchase. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like everybody else's situation. I've seen people get out of some heavy situations, right? Probation, all of that shit, by running this stuff back. So it is that portion of, and still have credit cards. One of the brothers still had credit cards, has access to a higher amount of credit that he had before. Like, they even paid his old credit card debt and gave him credit plus. Like, these are success stories that we really see. Listen, man, it's some weird shit that goes on state to state. I'm gonna tell you that. There is no real way of saying like this is the way to do it or nothing. It's you getting into the proper capacity. And while they're doing that is step 1, step 2, step 3. There is no way around it no more. There is no deviating and standing on, oh, I'm this and I'm that. They're not trying to hear that. If it's not law, if it's not recorded, if it's not an affidavit that you done declared this, you got a truth and facts, law. Let them mess with you when you're in the right office. You told them that you were going to build them. Now you go ahead and you build their ass. Just invoice them.
You got to stand on. You got to stand on what you're sending, though. So if you don't,
Did you already tell them you were going to build them? Did you say you were already going to build them?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did already?
Yeah.
Send them a bill.
Yeah.
What are you
I sent them the bill already.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah.
I sent them the bill.
1099.
I told you I'm going to send you the bill. I'm sending you the bill.
1099, that shit. Like, I'm serious. Like, there's ways to go around it. The original issue, the OID, there's another form that you send with the OID. So I think it's an 8821. That's the debt. Like, that's the debt instrument or something. You guys got to check it out. Don't quote me. Don't go using the OID without proper, knowledge. What else was I saying? It's all in the Telegram, to be honest with you. In the bonus section, you're going to see how to run that security. And once you read the guidelines on security, it'll open your whole eyes. You'll be like, oh, my goodness. This is the way to do it. Oh, my goodness.
That's the hugest, like the biggest or like most huge, like the whole revelation. Whenever you get it and you get it into your soul and your mind and your body and your spirit, and you get it, oh my goodness, everything. Bill means BL.
Amazing. That off ledger account is something else. Off ledger, like they get to do all this fancy shit because we didn't put beneficiary or without recourse, pay to the order. We ain't do none of that on these securities. Like for deposit only. Nothing that we competently would have done, no way. So now we're like, okay, now I know what this means. What is a qualified endorsement?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Elvis talks about the qualified endorsement all the time.
Yes, who can use it? We've been saying this, the endorsement is very important. And I never was a stamp it, send it kind of person. I didn't get that shit at all. I was like, they ain't do no research. They just saying, send it to this person. And there's so many different connections in these corporations. We got power of attorney over CEOs that you didn't even know about. You know, you got to do your research, and they'll just dip and dodge and avoid it. And I see a lot of stuff until the actual claim is filed. Once that shit is shaken, then they're, oh, what do we need to do to settle it? What do you want to do?
Yeah, because they ain't gonna do nothing until you actually move towards, you know, filing that claim. And right now, I'm like really curious about what they're gonna do because, you know, they're like, oh, you don't have a note. I'm like, okay, well, just eat these notices then whenever I send them out. Just keep on eating them if you want to.
Listen, I'm charging you. I'm gonna put notices in my fee schedule. For every notice, I'm charging you this much. You know, for the rest, I'm charging you this much. Get it notarized, get it on record. Once it's on record, and you can, you know, that's it. They're stuck because they have to perform. If you fail to perform, then that means that you're fired. and I'll be the trustee from now on.
So I wonder. So do you think that not legal advice, right? But
right.
Should I put that on? Should I put that on the record? Should I put my notices on the record, like so far where we're at, or should I wait to do like a final notice of dishonor or something like that before I put it on the record? Because I've already told them that I am like, listen, this is not meant to be a threat or anything like that because, you know, in the rules of civil procedure, you're not supposed to like threaten and all this stuff. So I put all that in there, which respectfully, I'm not threatening you, but I am respectfully letting you know these are going to be the consequences of your lack of performance one way or the other if you do not perform in one way or the other. So I didn't know if I should record it. I've been thinking about the recording process, but I'm like, should I do it now or should I wait until they get all the way to the notice of dishonor? Because once I get to the notice of dishonor, then after that, I mean, like I could give them one more notice for failure to non-response or something like that before.
No, there shouldn't be all of that. It sounds a little confusing. I would, you know, you're sending out your first affidavit of truth.
Yeah.
They fail to respond, right? So you send them a notice, an option to cure, a notice of default, option to cure.
Yeah, done that.
All right. So on the third round is when you're like invoice. Like, this is what your bill. This is the assessment. This is the itemized calculations that came to this point, and then you're going to file it. You know, whatever you got to do to make that securitized in your state is, I would just look into that stuff. You know.
Yeah, so I got all of it except for the recording part of it.
Right, that's where it becomes. You know, that's the
like that's the public record. That's the official.
And when you file your UCCs, of course, you know, these filings get filed on the court record. So it's out there. The Secretary, you know, what was it, Treasury, Secretary of State? But it's out there on that platform, but you have to just, you know, make it a recording, make it, this is what it is. So that's just proof and evidence. All that's doing is lining up the timeline. So you can say, during this date, I did this date, But that return receipt, all of that stuff, when it's properly administered to the right people, you know, normally smart people, they take it and send it up they send it up a ladder. And then it gets to the person that you're supposed to be talking to. But as long as it's like non-belligerently, like I can talk to all of them. Like I call them up, and it doesn't matter what sales department, whoever it is, I'm eventually talking to the CFO or to the owner. It's just that simple. It's just, they're open to all of this stuff. They just don't, if you don't have a proper presentment to them, they're thinking traditional, right? But if you tender payment the way that, you know, I'm pretty sure this thing works that way. If you can tender payment this way with this, then they should be able to accept it because of it being a securitized certificate. You see, so that's my aspect on this. I ain't gonna, you know, bore you guys with the maybes, but I'm definitely attempting to see if it'll work.
See, I got all of that. I literally have all of that. I just feel like they don't understand how serious it is because they're a franchise, you know.
Well, did you use the BC as that payment type? I mean, is that what you're saying?
No, so I haven't done any of that process. No, I just mean like for the you know, the claim and all that kind of stuff. Nothing on the birth certificate side or the BC side.
Yeah, there's a solution to all of this stuff. Like, it really is. Like, you know, you go get one, and then you go get another one, and then you go get another one. That's my solution to this shit, as far as, you know, folks not trading with the enemy. you know, that is official documentation, you know, full faith, and you're transferring it, that power bond, that stock power bond.
It really is, because it actually, I mean, it says it right on there at the federal level, like
Right.
for full faith and credit. Like that's what
Right,
it says right on the front of it.
For real. I mean, not even the authenticated version, just a regular version. Really, it's just that simple. It is what it is. It's just without the endorsement, the transfer agent, the proxy. You can't, like, you get stuck in there trying to be all of it at one time. You know, you can't do it. I haven't seen anybody do it yet, but I've seen people allegedly, I've seen people that have bought furniture with it, right? And these good folks, when I say trustworthy, like I'm talking to you guys, I trust what you're saying is true, right? So, bro, but he bought furniture with shit, sure as shit. So he explains to me that we're just scared that we just have to use it the way it is. Once you know how to use it, then you're able to use it. So I got another conversation coming up with them before I go see this house again. So I'll keep everybody posted.
Is that your $1 million house you're going for?
No, this was 800,000.
Okay.
Yeah, this was 800,000. He wanted 80,000 because I was willing to pay him double. You know, I told him, I said, listen, if you can allow me to get in there with a certificate, you know, from the trust, you know, like a trust certificate unit, and you know, you're just gonna hold the share, and as you hold the share, you know, as the Truth Hurts gets, you know, on this platform, then you'll be recouping that. But he was for it, but he wanted $80,000 down, and I was like, I ain't got no 80,000 right now, brother. Not now. But he's with, he's with this other thing though, so we're gonna see how it works. We're gonna see how it works, because I'm not going to the bank to get no damn loans. I'm not doing none of that. No.
Plus, most people would rather bypass any potential capital gains and stuff like that too.
Right.
Exists on an $800,000 house.
Exactly. Then it's already through the trust. It's not through me, you know? So every bit of it seems to be, the pieces are all there. So I just need his in agreement, and then pretty much not the expression of, you know, the kid at home when he was left at home. I don't want him when he gets the birth certificate in his hand, he's looking like Macaulay McCulkin or whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? Like, what is this? He paid me with this? You know, but there's clearly instructions on there how to run the ball. If he can listen and follow instructions, it worked for the other people. Why wouldn't it work for you? You know, I know it's got to be worth more than...
They've never heard of before. They've never done. Not me. I'm a creative, like... I'm in real estate out here too.
There you go, right there. Shakur said, do an adequate assurance with the certificated security. He just said it right there. Right there.
Adequate assurance.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Can we talk more about that on here or no?
Yeah, check it out, please. Yo, if you guys can pull up your screen, because my phone is charging. Excuse me.
Adequate assurance. Never heard that one. That's the first time I've heard that.
I like court cases because
I used to not like court cases a long time ago.
It's like every correspondence with them. It's like now you know, the proverbial man's, you know, you letting it hang now because they can't do it. You know, like they can't walk over you. You was just letting them walk over you. Like, what? Are you crazy? Listen, man, I want that. You can't interfere with commerce. You know that? Let Remake report is something nobody knows.
There's a lot to that.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that I want it. I'm going to say, you know, it's for the trust of 100%. Self-dealing.
There you go.
It's for the trust. Facts. So they're winning out there. I'm just so happy to see the people that were in here and lost, that they're out here getting the remedy that they want. And we're talking about big recoupments. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And that's it.
Anybody tries to take the best to the right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys want me the guinea pig? Y'all do you. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. And then it come back like, what? It worked? Like, what? Like, yo.
Like 6.9, make sure.
Man, like, we talking numbers.
Wait.
Like, no
Breach
way.
contract, I can handle, but all that stuff,
Yeah, I can handle it.
Listen, not till I'm fully well knowledgeable.
Listen, I was like, what? But I'm pretty sure, like, what I've seen, like, unless I've seen the court filing, I've seen the court record where the judge stated F.S. .672.304 was legitimate enough for the defendant in the case to use that for administering the bill of exchange. Damn, that was a mouthful. But you get what I'm saying? No, there's a case, there's an actual court case, and this person administered $145,000 or $155,000 in bill of exchange for the debt obligation. And it was coming out of this private UCC account, right? And this UCC account, the account number was nothing but the registered mail number from, I guess, the chargeback. F.S.372, 672-304. Every state should have it. So that's Florida statute 672-304.
I could also share, I had a, last year over the summer, I drove to Florida with my friend and our kids and stuff. And we were driving to Florida. We were going to Orlando. And I got pulled over. Freaking Virginia. South Virginia. These southern counties in Virginia they're just ridiculous. Like the little small towns in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. And so I got pulled over. I was doing 85 and a 70. And he gave me a speeding ticket. It was like one of those $300 speeding tickets. It was like $297 or something like that. And my registration was dead. And listen, bro, like I am not irresponsible. Missed it. I legit have no idea how that happened, but first time ever in my life my registration has ever been dead, but legit, like I feel vulnerable, right? Like she's lying, but no, seriously, my registration was dead, and so I got pulled over by this state trooper, and I got the speeding ticket for that, and I got a ticket for the registration being dead. And I signed them all under duress, right? Like V.C. then my name, and then without recourse on the end of it. And whenever that court in Virginia received it, they sent me a bill in the mail, but it may have been like before the report was actually submitted, like somewhere in the like in the crosshair from whenever they like actually received it, maybe electronically or something like that. And then like when they actually received it and realized that it was signed that way, the entire, both sides of the case were completely dismissed. And they did send it to an attorney in the state of Virginia to collect the debt. And I sent her a nice little handwritten letter. And I said, as an attorney, you better make sure that you're licensed in your state as a collection agency, because if you're not, I'm reporting you for that, and I'm reporting you to the bar. And I haven't heard back from them at all. So all of it disappeared. Mm-hmm. It was like $500 in fines. So I consider that a win. It was a huge win.
Heck yeah. The one sister, she was on probation for life. And she ran that stuff back and got all of that cleared on.
Wow. How do you get probation for life?
Yeah, right.
Jeez.
It happens, but this was just something that she did, taught the rest of the group. So we were like, what? How'd you do that? I just did this. And, people were all in everybody's classes. Boris passed her away. There's all kinds of people that's out here. And when they run it back to me, I'm getting 1,000 different processes from all these gurus. And then all I did was just put the two and two together like, well, this makes sense. Let's use their forms. Let's not draft anything up. Let's go to the website that they hold and stuff, and let's contact them that way. That's my remedy. Like, I don't care who it is. They have a structure, or I'm going to put a lien on the whole company. Mm-hmm.
That's bold. Somebody earlier. It's like put a lien on the whole company because it's like a franchise version of a Toyota. Still younger. It's still Toyota.
They garnish your wages, right? So
yeah, they do. And I was like, I don't know if I got the heart for that though.
What? Listen,
Might be too soft for that.
That's like if somebody smacked the shit out of me, I'm gonna tell my mom.
I don't know. See, like I might be too soft for that, but I feel like I'm not too soft for other stuff, right? Like other stuff, I'll come in like a freaking, like I'm a lamb, like in a lion's body or something, or a lion in a lamb's body or something like that, right? But when you come to like putting liens on people's like houses and businesses and stuff like that,
the business, right? Or the corporation?
Well, the corporation as the business.
Okay, so that dead entity, I'm gonna put a lien on that dumbass dead entity because I'm gonna notify IRS. I'm gonna get a writ of execution. You just have to have the evidence. Once you listen, a notice of default. The clerk can do that in the district courts. Like the clerk can look at your presentment and they can give you the default based off of what evidence you presented.
Could you repeat that? My phone cut out. I didn't hear what you were saying, but I wanted to hear that. Something about the clerk of court and the evidence.
The district clerk, right? That's the one, y'all. Y'all don't even realize the district. That's the one, right? The one brother. He gave them $2 million money order drafted up by himself on bond paper to pay the debt. Paid it.
Wow.
Used the social. He used the name and the last name, first name. Beneficiary, real party and interest. It's amazing. But that was through that department. So that court. That's equity. So they know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they said the clerk is the one, and Yusuf L has a thing on the clerk's praxis, which is. Does it explain it all in there, like the power that the clerk of court holds?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I haven't read it, but everybody talks about the clerk and their power.
I know what it says on the website. They got an oath of office.
What's their oath of office?
Every government got one, don't they?
They should. Mm-hmm. I'm curious. Oh.
Didn't you accept their oath of office?
That's right. I have a issue for my nephew right now with the police department, the local police department where he lives. He was in an accident, and when they showed up. So anyway, long and short of it is, I'm in the process of getting the oaths of office from each officer that showed up to the scene of that accident that night. Because they harassed him, threatened him, racially profiled him and everything. At the scene of an accident, when he was hurt, he had to go to the hospital in an ambulance and everything. And so it's a whole deal. We're like requesting their, we're in the process of requesting their, what is their camera? The body cam has a name. But yeah, their body cam footage and any footage that would be available, like from inside of their vehicle, because of the kind of things that they were saying to him. So we're getting that paperwork started right now for a tort claim against the police department. There's a lot going on with that. So we're working on getting their oaths of office. Yeah.
But you just shared that with me.
I guess you could probably get their oath of office the same way you would get everybody else's, right? Secretary of State or something like that, or clerk of court.
Somebody told me wait a minute, it's coming to me. Wait a minute. Where is it at? Oh, it is called risk management. Ooh, I did it.
Risk management.
Risk management, y'all. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I was like, he got it.
That's it.
Are you talking about at the police department for that?
No, for the state. They have their own risk management.
Yeah, insurance. What the state where you're at, sis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what state department am I going to? Like the Secretary of State or file a human rights violation? Yeah, human rights, civil rights, going for their bond, going for the lieutenant who is the trainer of the department, the chief of police, everybody.
I don't know where to find their bond. I'm working on that.
Yeah, I was told that risk management is the key point. And people don't call that. So,
Is it going to be risk management through like internal affairs or
risk
I don't
management
know.
for the state? For they are, what do you call it? They're contracted with the state. So you would contact the state. So I would look for the Department of State Risk Management and see if they or look somewhere in there. Like, I know in mine, I would just go to the mayor. That's my cousin. I would just go to my cousin. This is some bullshit.
Oh yeah, America will definitely have that. Okay.
Cuz, listen, I know we ain't seen each other in a while, but I've been chilling, and I need you to do this for me because this shit ain't right. That's gonna be my main, that's gonna be one of my main goals to do this year. Look up risk management. Sherman, let me see what you see.
Yeah, we're just going to request all that information first. We're going to start getting all the body cam footage and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually we'll get that information and file a tort claim and start moving it all forward. They're going to make some phone calls and they're going to be sitting on their.
Right. Hey, Sherman, are you in here? Whoever just said that to me on my Gmail, like, bro, are you in here? Because this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. Like, this is exactly it. So I'm just curious because a lot of people, have done it and they got remedy. Yeah.
Wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah, look at that, y'all. You see that? He said yes.
Risk management, okay.
No, not risk management, y'all. This is like they using the birth certificate to get shit, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all. Listen, let's go.
Oh my God. Duval County. I don't know where Duval County is, but I don't know what
Look, this guy, can you hit me up? Because this guy is like really, he want to sell me this house, yo. He want to sell me this house.
Depending on where you live, an $800,000 house doesn't really sell that quickly most of the time. Those sit on the market for a little bit longer than your regular, $300,000 to $500,000 or $600,000 house.
Yep. Beyond, yeah. I agree with that. Yep. I just want a smoothie. Damn, department. All the pieces to the puzzle are here, y'all. Just really, I'm hoping everybody kind of gets something out of the day. Like, I can just keep dropping instruments and shit, but if you don't know what to do with them, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna be on here tomorrow too. Maybe Elvis will jump on, and his stuff will work. Let's see what he got.
Mike said Elvis got that Boost Mobile. That's what's wrong with his phone. Freedom, but you wasn't on that one. That was the other night.
Oh, it was Chef J, girl. It was Chef J. Every time I know when he's in, it's like this.
Yes.
I'm like, what is this Jurassic Park getting ready to come? What we got going on?
Where's the equal consideration here, brother? Like, mine is quiet. I'm gonna need your shit quiet.
I know. And it's like everybody on the panel was muted because I feel like if you're not talking, you should mute your mic unless you and that person are conversing back and forth. But he's like, you're not talking, and it's like, and I can see people in the chat like, mute your mic. But he's always been in different lives. I'm like, dude, you just got that nice little win, man. You got that W, man. Go invest you in your phone.
He said, what you do is fill out the application. If they run it, then you hit them with that. Bong. Listen, man, please tell me that's the run right there. Because I've been sitting here like I know it's because people don't be lying to me at this level. Man.
Can he come up, brother? Can he come up into the chat?
Can he?
Let me see if we can get him to come up.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got like 1,600 followers.
He probably was on somewhere dropping gems and he got bananaed. Corey, did you get TikTok? Did you get TikTok bananas? If they 9 UCC 3603 UCC
No, he can't come up. He don't have enough followers right now.
But why? He's got 1,689 followers.
I know, but you know how normally you have like where you can invite him. It don't even let you invite him.
Yeah,
He must be
got
blocked.
bananas. Yeah,
See, yeah.
TikTok jail.
Yep.
I know how that is for real, bro. I was sick in some of the lives. I'm like, man, I can't say nothing. They lying and shit. Let me up, bro. They was
Hey, that's why I be hopping off them lives when they be getting on that. I'm hopping off.
Listen, I be waiting for the price tag to the Dropbox and shit. I'm like, watch, it's gonna happen. And I just eat they whole ass up talking about they don't know how to remit anything. What else? They bananaed you. Yep, they did. I know they did, bro. He can't go live unless his TikTok is getting warnings. This is my third page. They shadow ban me. Dang, bro. So I can rock with the comments though. So
Yeah,
honestly, everybody here would love to know. Could we go get a vehicle tomorrow using this, right? Without nationality, without status. How do you get around this qualified immunity? Honestly, I want you to be honest with us, Ken. If you're in the right, trustee, would you do it as the trustee or would you do it as the last name, first name on the signature? Of course, you have unlimited credit.
Okay, so what's the process? Where we start?
We take the BC and we endorse it with what he gave me, what he just dropped me. I got it right now. So it's the same information somebody else shared with me. I got the videos and, they successfully doing it. I mean, I was just a little curious because bro was selling a process. So I was a little hesitant about paying for a process if he knew how to live, basically off of this. So I wasn't sure how to use it. He said, fill out the application first. Right. You got to have the debt. Right. And that's what you do is once you use the social, because that's attached to the account. Right. I get you.
Oh, I'm getting some homework, Lacey. I'm getting some arsenal, girl, for that project that I'm working on. So this is perfect timing. Listen, I appreciate you, brother Shakir, coming through, man. I appreciate you. Listen,
We need to talk about this. Listen, we got to get together this week for sure.
Yeah, yes. And then we got to get on this Telegram.
Yeah, we got some stuff. We got some work to do, girl.
Listen, welcome aboard. Welcome to the land. This is where we get, we got our bearing here. We standing on ground now.
For real.
All right, let me see. I'm looking up Jamie Johnson now.
Installment contract, because that's separate. It is separate. That's exactly what they do, because the first contract is your sales contract. That's the deal right there. It's completed with that. It's done when you sign that one. And my contract, this doesn't have anything to do with the BC, but I signed the original sales contract, but some people are calling it a purchase order. But in my case, it's not called that. It's a Maryland state sales contract. When you sign that, it's done because it's already paid for. It's that when we start signing the, it's all to get you to sign your rights away. Exactly. Because then they hit you with the reinstallment contract, and that's where you give your life away.
Right. So you would just do the credit application first and then attach the credit application to the payment.
Okay, so question. So
or just a purchase order agreement. If you get the purchase order agreement, wouldn't that consist of the debt, or would it have to be Social Security related? Where'd he go?
I know, right? Come back.
Yeah, right. Right. For real. I got another brother, like I said, he bought furniture with it. Okay, facts. All paid for. Don't accept the reinstallment. It paid for with the application.
Okay.
Don't accept the reinstallment. I don't get that part. Can
Man, we're gonna
somebody?
need to get in Telegram, man. We're gonna need
All
to get in
right.
this
Yeah,
week.
yeah. Shakur, can you just jump in the Telegram? We can go live in the Telegram group. If you follow the links in the link in the bio, it'll take you right to the Telegram group, and I'll start a live there. Beyond average saying he's telling you right. Let's go. Beyond, can y'all give us a success story? Can you tell us like some? Come on, can we get a testimony, please? Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
they go Beyond. Okay, they up.
All right.
Hey, how you doing?
Peace.
Oh, I don't really have a success story, but I have documents of success stories. Like I was talking about earlier about court cases. Like a lot of people don't realize all the information we're looking for is in the court cases. Like an example I like to use all the time is it's talked about all the time when it comes down to nationality cases or discrimination cases is a human rights case and another case. And that case, one case that everybody knows about is the Dred Scott case. So they have to keep that because it's been used over 1,000 times in the courts. Right? Okay. So if you go to LexisNexis or if you go to your local court or if you go to the Bar Association, you say, hey, I would just like to look through your history of your court cases. Type in all the things that you said on this live, like the CFR codes and like you said, CRS earlier. If you type all that into the search bar, I guarantee you're going to find all the cases. Like Bank of America back in the day got in trouble for 1099 fraud. Right? You know that? So if they got in trouble for that and is there, you can take all of that and you can use that in your case. They can't tell you that you can't do it because it's on a federal level. And the Supreme Court has so many different cases of people using just their social security number to pay for things. Because like Shakur said, he's telling you right, we're the original creditors. You were born with credit. The only way that you're not born with credit, which I'm pretty sure you guys know this, is because of, I don't want to say it because I want to get you banana, because of your BC. And once you correct your status and you tell them you're no longer their employee, you do how can I say it without getting you banana? I don't want to say it, but you do I just say you push something back to a tax office that you put on an affidavit and saying, hey, I revoke to participate in paying certain things, certain percentages of what you do every time I go to the store and I buy something, and you get a tax exempt card. So everything, because there is no money. I'm pretty sure you guys know that, right?
Yeah, we do, bro. We got like what? Here we go.
Okay, so let me tell you this. My grandfather back in the day never paid for a house because the value of gold does what? Does the value of gold ever lose value ever?
No.
No? Okay.
It appreciates, right?
Right. So, okay. So he took $1,000 and bought a piece of gold and took it down to the so-called mortgage people. Walked in and my grandmother said, no, baby, don't do that. Use this form. And that's how I learned about it. I was a little boy and I was probably 10 years old. I seen the form, kept the gold in his pocket, never had another mortgage payment. So there's so many different ways you can get out of everything that's going on. It's just like when you go to work. How do you think the bank pays you money? You have to have if you look on your pay stub, which I'm pretty sure people don't get anymore, but you look on your pay stub, they have to have your EIN number. So how are they able to pay you? They have to go to the bank, and the bank has to go to the where? Has to go to the Federal Reserve. So you have to sign out an application. Your signature allows them to use your social security number to go into your trust to be able to pay you. And you're on this job thinking you're earning money from the job, but the job's not really actually paying you. So I have some things I just don't want to get you banana.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you, fam. This is a receipt. This is a receipt from using the BC. Okay, guys. So we're looking at an account for 20,000. It says payment amount withdrawn, account number, and then now original balance 21,000. Payment amount withdrawn. Thank you for your recent payment of 20,000. Y'all see that? Right here?
Yeah, I see it. I see that amount up there.
Mm-hmm. Go on with your bad self. That's what I'm talking about.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Man, listen, I know you was a happy camper when that came through. He was like, I made it to the big league, baby. Yes, yes. I got you. That's dope. Go big screen? Oh, shit, you couldn't see it. Let's see. Okay. See it?
He said, read the status.
The status says the payment's been made. Thank you for your recent payment of 20,000.
Yeah. Deal right there.
That was a new purchase or old debt? On Experian. The other form. Oh, I only got 2 of them.
So that was
Form. Oh, I only got 2 of them.
so Truth. That was done with the BC.
Yeah.
So Truth
Yeah.
was done with the BC.
Yes. Yep. Let me see. If you are in the Telegram group, message me and I'll send you the sauce. Okay? Because I know everybody's sitting there, you're gonna ask me a bunch of questions. I'm gonna send you the same thing that was sent to me. And then you hung out with me this late. We almost made it to 12. I'll send you that stuff, guys, but jump in the Telegram, message me, and then I'll send you the video and the material. Show you what I sent, and bro just like he naturally has free classes from what I heard. Look at the other formats from Experience, both at status. Yeah, there's only 3 emails here, fam. Let me see if I had to reload it. Okay. You just pulled it up. Yeah, the Experian one. It says status is paid, closed, never late. Yep. Got you, Tori. Yep. As promised. I got you. As promised. I make my promise to you to give you the sauce. I got you. Everybody's hit me. Just give me a second, right? I got you. I promise I'm going to send it before the sun rises. Before 2 hours. Less than an hour. Look, yeah, there's another one. Another one. For real, I promise. Oh, send me some of that sauce. Got you, Mark. Got you. See, that's what we do, Ain't no gatekeeping, man. Like, get the people right. I will inbox you my email. See, now you want me to? I prompt me up for you. I will do that. I will do that. Hey, Tea Time, what's up? Let's go. Took us long enough, right? We've been at the grow. We've been grinding for like 2 years now. You know, like it's been rough. Been rough. Like we ain't been doing nothing sleazy, nothing cheesy, nothing, none of that. It's been honest work. Like people really putting their hearts and minds into this development. Like we needed to find out everything that had something to do with commercial paper. Like I need to know all of this. Like how do they turn the signature into something, you know? And then they're not loaning you anything. So then it kind of blew my mind. Like how does this work here? Like what are they doing? Like, and then I find out about the discount window. Then I call the Federal Reserve Bank and I'm asking them questions. Can I use the BC? And they're like, yeah, what's your ABA number? And I'm like, my ABA number, is that my routing number for the trust account? And I was like, I'm not sitting in front of my desk right now, so I'm going to give you a call back. And then I found out that the ABA number had something to do with the American Bankers Association. So I was about to give him my Fidelity routing number when he said ABA, right? I'm like, what? Yes. Okay, cool. Cool, bro. That's the beauty of it is the conveyance. If you know how to convey it, and that's the beauty that someone else has drafted this and given us this view of how to turn what we have in our hands into the proper instrument for them to use. I got you, Melissa. I gotta actually share it with everybody in one swoop. So let me see. Let me see. Tori, I got you. Mel, Dougie, I got you. Ray, got you. Christina, got you. Mark, Rico, Rio, and Melissa. Yeah, I'll send it and I could probably do that while I'm on here. Mm-hmm. You're welcome, man. Can you send it to me via my email, Telegram, and Google Box? Okay, Ron, I got you. Just we need the sauce, brother. Got you. This is what I'm gonna do because there's a lot of y'all. Sheesh. Because I know as soon as I share it with y'all, everybody gonna start watching it and shit. So, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, let me check my email, see if I can't pull it up from here, then I'll send it from the laptop. That was random. Okay. Just gonna do this right here. Well, damn, somebody's getting it in. They at the gun range?
No, I was playing a game.
Yeah,
I was playing a game. I didn't know I wasn't on
it
mute.
sound like the whole body being made.
Man, what's she over there doing?
I
Follow the
was up
steps
there
and
playing a
procedures.
game.
It's
I'm
not that crucial. Follow the steps. Don't do that.
To people. My goodness. That sounded all too familiar. That's why I was like, what the hell is that? That sounded like the neighborhood. That is not good. Let me see. Rico.
Apologies.
Rico. Let me see. I'm sharing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to share it all in tier 1 and you guys can grab it from there. Mark. Oh, you're already in there. Christina. Tori, you're already in there, right? Where you been?
I loaded the app. Quick question. And do you add me to the group? Do you have to add me to the group?
I don't think so. I don't see anything popping up saying somebody wants to join or
Okay, maybe when I come out of this, because I did it from another phone.
Okay, let me see here. Alice, you're already in there. Okay.
Well, let me do it from this phone. So I'm going to drop and I'll come back.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. Yep. I just got your email, bro. Okay. Car. Video. What video? Can you have some sense in me? Hold up, wait a minute, y'all. One at a time. Got you. Notice a rescission. Yes, command already. Okay, yeah, we got this stuff already.
Truth.
What's up?
Bro, oh my gosh, you are just like incredible. It's funny, you were one of the first people that I really ran into with all this. And I know everybody's got to go through all of their, everybody's always selling some snake oil and everybody always says it's this and that and whatever, and everybody's got to go through it. I've been in all of them, all the classes, everybody's, different things, but you're the real deal. That is for sure. And I appreciate everything you're doing because there's very few people doing it.
It's all of us doing it, honestly, at this point. I mean, I appreciate the kudos, but if it wasn't for you, the likes, the comments, like you've been hanging Team Truth for a minute now. So that rocks with you.
But that's because you're the real deal, for sure.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I know it's got to be so frustrating for you because I know you see people go in and out and following other people, these, things that are paid and whatever. And you're like, I got it all right here. I got it all for free right here.
For free. Yeah. And you're sitting over there paying this shit. And I'm like, we just need us to unite. United we stand. Remember, we the people.
That's right. Unity is key.
Yeah,
that's right.
For sure.
Yep. And you know the truth when you see it. You can feel it. That's why it should be Truth Works, not Truth Hurts.
Hey, let's go. That's a good one. I gotta keep that one there.
I still like Truth Hurts with HERTZ.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Out a mass frequency out here. Mass frequency. You are
my
Truth
spirit
Hurts.
was in a hurt time at that point. Like my spirit was hurt. So that's why it hurt. Like that's only because if I would have been in a higher vibration, I would have been thinking ERTZ. 100%.
It's so funny. Remember the first time we spoke, I told you that. That's what it should be. It should be hertz, frequency hertz. Yep.
Man, listen, you are 100%
I
correct.
love it. Yep, so true.
Appreciate you. Serena, I'm sending it to you now.
You're gonna be sending emails for months.
Listen, no, I'm about to send and put the video where it is so everybody can watch it at their own discretion. So
You are the greatest.
I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you.
Wait. Let me see here. Where you at? Where'd you go? Oh, here we go. All right, here and there. Who's going to get what? Now, remember, you guys, you got to get the application first, okay? You got to get the agreement. You got to get that first, okay? So don't nobody just go running in there with it, slap it on the table and say, hey, follow the instructions, present it correctly, and without recourse. Don't forget. Let me see here, Mel. You're in there. Serena. Rico's in there. Ultra's in there. Rico, Mark. Dougie Fresh, give me a second, bro. Got you.
Blowing up. I love it.
Let's go.
Look at how many people you got woke.
Now listen, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for these conversations, like, my goodness.
Yep.
It is definitely food for soul, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And it's funny because I feel like it's been going in lulls, and now all of a sudden it's like really catching on like fire.
Right.
Like, and we said that was going to happen too.
Yeah, I've been sitting over here chilling with people like, you guys got to check this out. I'm like screaming at the rooftop, like,
right? And nobody was biting now.
Yeah, they wasn't. I'm like, I don't have a sales pitch. And then everybody was like, they'll never respect anything if it's for free. So I said, all right, let me put $1 on this shit because no one seems to have this final answer, right? So then, it worked. Everybody started pitching in, and I seen we had more of a crowdfunding thing because we were all willing to pay for information.
Right.
So I said, this makes us unstoppable because if the asshole charges $5,000 and we all pitch in for the $5,000, then hey, I'm very transparent. I show everybody the receipt.
I love it. Yep.
Yeah, listen, let's get this information. This jackass won't give it to us.
Right.
Which is cool because a lot of these people, they put time and effort into it, and I don't knock them for that.
Right.
The good ones. And then when you get the good material that you paid $5,000 for, it turns out all this damn time you could have did this shit yourself.
Right.
So you're like, oh, man.
So frustrating. Yes. But I feel like it has to take you through the journey anyway. It's got to take you through the rabbit hole because otherwise the truth is so much clearer to see when you've seen everything else. And you've seen the way everybody else puts it together and what they're trying to sell, and it's interesting.
It's on the back of the social. Jason, I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah. Brother, show them my proof. I sent you my adequate assurance. Right. Yeah, bro. We actually have that same document. I kid you not. It's like we have the video with it and everything. That's how I was doing it. I'm doing the same thing with the house, but I didn't really have a lot of confirmation that it had worked other than one person. So you just verified it with me. Like I know my homie, he bought furniture with it. And then here you're, confirming that you paid $20,000 with it. So I think that it's something not to be playing with. You don't need the BC. Well, holy shit. Well, thank you for that one. Okay. I stand corrected, but we've seen the one with the BC, right? Trust me. Man, Shakur, I wish you could get up here. It'd be easier to ask you the questions. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, follow the homie, y'all.
Freedom, what's my girl doing?
What up, sis? What up? I was like, look, I said, I got to let my sister in.
How you doing?
I've been good, girl. I've been good, man.
Good. It's nice to see all the same friendly faces in the same rooms.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, we all gravitate towards the same places for a reason.
For a reason, sis. We always be moving.
Soul family. Yep, absolutely. Grateful for it.
Yes.
Me too. I couldn't have did it by myself, guys. It's been lonely.
I know.
I couldn't talk to
I remember
people.
I told you that the first time I met you. I'm like, dude, you're like doing it like big. What is happening right now? Nobody's seeing it. What? Like, I'm like, you like got it all figured out, like for real.
I really tried to make sense of it all, and the only thing I could see was, just
the way it's
flaws.
Organized. Yeah, unreal.
I said these are the only flaws that they have in this whole journey is that somebody's not willing to say, I'm charging you this. It's going to be all of us in the same leaf pool or pool of information, and we really running into it like a free Walmart. We can just run in there and grab what we want.
Right.
You know, like that's what it is.
And that makes sense to me. None of this other crap ever made sense to me. Even when I was little, my family used to like laugh at me because they'd be like, I thought all of this was bullshit since I was like 3. And I was calling bullshit on it back then. But now it's like, wow, like this resonates way more than it was supposed to be this way. Even in the Bible, nobody's supposed to be homeless or prosperous. And I used to say, wait a minute, so we can put seeds in the ground anywhere we want and they'll just grow food and people are starving and homeless? Like what? How?
Right.
Never made sense to me at all.
All right. Okay, I'm about to forward this into tier 1. Everybody that's been asking for it, actually, let's put it in. Let's put it in start here, tier 1. All right.
Okay.
You guys, if you're gonna watch it, you know, like screen record it, you know, save it because I don't have, you know, access to the drive, you know, but it was shared with me, so I'm sure everybody else can watch it as well. But just make sure you do your screen recordings because you can't save it. I don't know. I tried.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, the documents that the brother shared with me, let me go ahead and give you those. He said you don't need the BC, but the other brother, he's mentioning, you know, you need the BC for the endorsement, front and back, right? But we'll go over it. Let me see where'd it go.
Commenting which channel he's talking about. Telegram. Lovely Life.
Yeah, I think she was asking about, I guess, because I think there's a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So I just told her tier 1.
Right.
I didn't know if she knew it was on Telegram or not.
Yeah, no, I was getting her in. I was coaching her through it.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. Melissa, mind your business is in the house.
My girl. All right, you in there, sis? Good. I definitely want to make sure you got it, lovely girl, because you my girl. It's not too many I rock with. I mean, I'm cordial with people, but when I rock with you and I say I love you, man, that's real. I don't sugarcoat it. I know how to be cordial, but there's some of y'all that got close to my heart because we
right. Well, because you're the real deal too.
Oh, sis.
And that's the thing. Truth always knows the truth, and they can feel it right away. It's very.
I ain't with the bullshit.
Right. You know it.
I ain't with the bullshit. No way. I like this. I mean, it's just a better situation because you can just deal with people as they are. Like you ain't got to worry about none of the fake stuff, bro. You don't have to. You don't have to know everything. Like if you don't know everything, just be honest with me. You know, like. I'd rather.
But all of us pooling information, that's the way to go. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, now it's like a waterfall. Like, I mean, information come from every angle. You're like, oh my goodness, another PDF somebody gave me today. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, real recognize real. That's right.
Like, another 4-hour video I got to listen to. Oh my goodness.
The fact that the brother recognized and he came on your platform. You know, he emailed you and then he came on your platform and gave you a gem. Like, that's real talk because
out right there.
Yeah. And he just said, you know, and I mean, you know, many of us in the comments, we commented to him and said, you know, he was saying, just don't charge the people. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm tired of that shit. You know, he on the same journey as all of us. Like, we tell people, yeah. Like, just give it to the people, man. Because, I mean, you say you know, you gatekeeping. Like, you say you trying to give freedom, but, man, you ain't giving freedom to people. You still in bondage. Like, just give it to the people. And, you know what I'm saying? And simplicity. So, you know, shout out to you, brother. Like,
for sure.
Shout out to you. Blessings.
And the good that it can do for the world.
And the multiplication that happens in our life, that it continues, you know what I'm saying? I speak 100-fold over your life, 100-fold.
And it's going to keep blessing you over and over again.
Right.
And I'm so grateful for TikTok even because, like, we were never able to do this to this capacity and to be able to meet with like minds and this often and be able to share information on a platform like this, you know, ever. So I'm so grateful that we can find each other.
Yes. Well, listen, you guys, real quick, the videos in there and the documents that I uploaded after that, those are the documents that the brother Shakur shared with us. So check it out. Again, if you have any questions, don't go doing stuff without complete 100% understanding, understanding. You get it, so just that, I normally don't share stuff, like that quickly, so we were actually going to apply it ourselves, but I'm trusting the brothers did it just as well as the other brother did it. I've trusted my fellow mankind, so
Yep.
here you go.
People are linked for a reason, that's for sure. I mean, even when I was just told intuitively to go on right now, I was just like, oh, Truth is on either still or again. I'm like, nah, I'm supposed to be here.
Listen, we've been on for hours now.
I was on earlier. I was like, either he's back on or he's still on.
Listen, I'm about to lay it down in a little bit.
My bedtime is 9 o'clock, okay?
You
So
hear
I
me?
didn't stretch 2 hours, okay?
I'm ready. I'm tapped out. And Freedom, I appreciate you against this. It definitely was clutch. I appreciate you.
You good. You good. Hold on a second. Let me tell somebody real quick. Sherry, you go to Trooth, the host. You would go to his bio. Click on the link. You're gonna see like a world logo. You click on there. That's his Telegram, and then you're gonna request to join the Telegram. But it's in his bio. But yeah, no, 9 o'clock is my bedtime. I'm telling you, like, look, me and Lovely, we be on the same page. Look.
And Freedom got a following. She got a lot of people that that know all about her and everything. So she getting the word out. I already know.
Yeah, especially when it's the truth. Like I said, especially when it's the truth, when it's something I can resonate. Now, because I've been at this since September. But having discernment is key. Me and my sisters, we always talk. I know, girl, it's 11 o'clock over here, girl.
It's 12 a.m. too.
But I just, knowing now the discernment and being able to weed out some stuff, like I don't even share a lot of lies with people, and I don't jump into a lot of lies now because it's just like, it's crazy out there, it's like, hide your kids, hide yourself, hide your grandma, hide everybody, but today I just felt a peace when I came on. And it was just, it resonated with my spirit, man, for one. And then, like I said, I saw you, brother Trooth. You was over there. You was handling it, and I was like, you know what? I believe in giving my 10% however I can. And I was like, you know what? I don't like talking much, unless I have to. I can get in the box, moderate. And I saw people coming in there that was just, I ain't gonna say it no more because look, last time when I said it, somebody over there tripping again.
Hey, listen, he did blow down nasty.
Yeah, but I just wanted to make sure, for real, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husband, your dog, everybody. Hide.
For real, who was that masked character?
Listen, he was doing too much. But
no, then he started inboxing me, trying to inbox me, and I'm like, what? This kid is trying to be a kid.
Listen. I'm one of those people. I give you benefit. I just mute you up. You know what I'm saying? But that one that showed us his cheeks, and I ain't talking about the cheeks on his face. We were right, he was like, you got to go, okay? Like now.
You got the Izzo, man. Who let him in here? TikTok is slipping. Like, he should not have been in here for real with that mentality. That is
yeah, we are muting that craziness, okay? We're not bringing that in our we got good energy over here, and we on one length. Everybody in unity and flowing.
With his deader ass over there.
I want to tell him, man, you need to get some sun, brother.
Man, your deader ass. Get your deader ass up out of here, man. Poor kid. He needed a daddy, man, for real.
Yeah, girl. Y'all be happy y'all missed it. He was like, where Lacey's
at. Daddy to whoop his behind.
Real, what? I'm going to whoop your ass.
I was like, hold on, do I see what I think I see? Hold on, what? And then I saw people come. I was like, okay, that's what I see. Okay, bye, brother. You gone.
You need counseling. We need to do more together. Like, something's not right. Like,
the fact you want to show me your cheeks, like, I didn't ask for that.
Where did I go wrong, son?
I didn't think anybody did that stuff anymore.
Real quick. Apparently he wanted to show us, and he just kept it there too, girl. He didn't go one.
God, I'm glad I missed that part.
He just kept it there. I was like,
I thought it was an NFT of some sort. I thought he was trying to show his graphics, and I'm squinting at this picture. And it's all...
I'm traumatized. Okay, I'd have been traumatized.
Oh my God, you must have been.
I was traumatized. I'd have been traumatized on Man's Live about the guy. He was, man, I ain't even gonna go into that, but I was traumatized about that. And then, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna need to send you some papers, brother. You listen.
Oh my, now it's a bad day. Pito, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? How you been, man?
Good, brother. How you?
I'm good. Good handling things, my family and everything.
Always. I don't know any of the Pito.
You got nothing but queens up in here.
Hey, listen, this ain't
over.
the nightclub, bro. Don't be coming up here with your flirting stuff, brother.
Now, people, you know what? Y'all was representing. Y'all was representing earlier. Y'all was up in here earlier.
Yeah.
It was a whole bunch of kings up in here earlier. Yeah, they was, man. They got connection. They got a connection group and everything. Yeah.
What? The one brother about to build a what was that? A golf. What was it? One of them country clubs?
Yeah, he's trying to build a country club. You got one that's talking about a ranch, some land. You had a developer. Yeah, so yeah, you had your kings up in here. You just missed it by maybe 4 or 5 hours ago.
Yeah,
spurts, all different kinds of people.
Yes, handling business. But I got you, Primo. I'm gonna just download it because you can download the live. It's just hard because it's a lot of information to upload the Telegram, so I got to chop it up. So I did that in it's a TikTok live section in tier 3 where you can see some of the lives that we had. We had Smoking Baby. There was another one. I think we had Derek Gonzalez or what's his name, Danny, one of them two. But they were dropping sauce too as well. So we shared in the group for people.
How far back is this?
Nah, it's not far. What, you don't like scrolling? You don't like scrolling, bro? Listen, it's not that far. It's like two swipes, and you at the top.
Pedo, can I make a suggestion? Because pedo kind of sounds like PEDO.
Pito.
Boricua.
Pinto.
That's my cousin's name. That's my cousin's name. Yeah, man. But all of that stuff is in there, and I am just so happy with today.
Right.
This was lit, you guys. So let's do it again, cause my old ass is 50. Okay, and I go to sleep.
Old. You're only as old as you feel.
I'm going to jump in the shower. I'm going to get nice and comfy. And I'm going to have dreams
changing the world for today, huh?
Yes, listen, we done battled and won. We had Mike on here dropping gem after gem after gem.
I heard that. I was on for that.
He was doing his thing. And then prior to that, it was just sauce. Everybody just dropping their sauce.
Forever was on. Everybody was on.
Yeah, what? Oh, I got to do a recap. I got to post this.
It reminds me of the one we did like a couple of months ago where it was like we had everybody in here like all at once just dropping gems.
Right.
I'll be in here, bro. I'll jump in. I'll just be listening to everybody, doing my research.
That's what it's about.
All right. I got this all in every group. I got this. Is this bullshit or no? And every time I'm listening to them with this red flag, ready to throw the referee flag. This shit's fraud, because they're selling something or they're gatekeeping. So, it's like me opening up my hard drive to you guys. That's what you guys have at your disposal.
You did. With your Telegram group is fire. And even with Healing Goddess, she drops so much great information. And I just love her. She's just the best. Mm-hmm. She is such a good soul. And so knowledgeable. Yeah, your world's going to be rocked when you get in the Telegram group if you're not already on.
Yeah, trust me. I guarantee you'll be like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
It's not wow. Whatever your favorite word is for, shit.
You're going to be like, I don't know how there's not 5,000 followers every time that he's on live. I don't know how.
Hey, that's even better, though, that there's not that many people because not that we don't want people to know it, right? But all Telegram channels are not created the same.
That's right. They're not. They're definitely not. This is it's like a real college, like I would say community college.
Serious, yeah.
Like we in here turned up over here just having a ball learning and applying this to these jerks that like once you know this stuff and you get versed in it, you become a whole new individual, and moving in honor just helps you just even more. But when I tell you it's a different ball game talking to these folks, and they're like, they know you're getting close. As your journey goes, you'll start.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you know,
And I
you're like,
knew it
they're like,
with you like months and months ago.
they know in your conversation, they're like, yeah, you're getting there.
Oh yeah.
You're getting there. Well, this was one of them days because I was a little hesitant because I was thinking I was missing something, or you know, and just like the brother told me, he said people be scared, and
Right.
I need to have faith. I'm doing this in good faith. I need to do it and let that be
That's
the
why I
reason.
have been so scared to even implement or try anything because you hear so much information, you know, about the ways to do things or whatever. And I see a lot of people trying to fix things that they messed up or trying to go back. And I didn't want to get in a situation where, you know, when you're running with the big dogs now, like you can't really make mistakes that are going to be costly and then have to go back and try to fix them. So I didn't want to do that. I want to make sure I fully understood everything before I even implemented anything. But then you also have to not let the fear overtake you and not even do anything. So that's where I was at.
Yo, my man got caught with 10 birds. I'm still blown away about this stuff, man. Like,
Yeah.
this was one heck of a live today. Like, my goodness, I did not expect to hear that story. I did not expect to hear a lot of this stuff. Like, we all pitched in, like, guess what I did today, and this is what I did this month, and this win, and
Yeah, that's what it's about. Sharing the info, sharing the gold.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Except for
so
sharing
much.
the cheeks, you know, we weren't all about that, but you know.
Yeah, that kid. That kid. Listen, that was harassing, hateful speech. I was insulted, so I reported that nonsense. Like,
I did too. I did too.
Oh, in a live the other day, there was this crazy guy that just started putting all these racist words and stuff in there repeatedly over and over again. Everybody reported him. And he just kept going and going and going with a different name and everything. And it was like unbelievable. So they definitely have people trying to mess up the vibe, but we don't let it happen.
Right. Then they go get user accounts and come in here and then they want to drop. Especially when you got those ego guys, like the ones that come in here got to throw their weight around. Like, I've been doing this for 50 years and and buy my ebook. You understand? Like, that's the stuff that I have to deal with all the time.
Right. Yep.
I got to deal
I'm
with
learning
that.
something every day, man, and I've been at this for a while.
Right.
Bro,
Me
listen.
too. I paid the money for it, thousands of dollars on these classes and things. And, oh man,
Yeah,
I got
that's a fact.
taken for a ride a bunch already.
Hey, man, listen, if the Cash App shows it all. You hear me? Like, everything that goes on with these $400 classes, $600 classes, you know,
$1,000 classes.
what? It all reflects that. You hear me?
So there, when we started.
Listen, man, chat, this is a gift. This is donations. Okay, well, I'm gonna report that donation. Believe that shit. All right, appreciate you. You know, appreciate you. Because they looking at it all. So no matter what, as long as you ain't trading with the enemy out here, you know, funding some mass shit, you know, like, goodness gracious, no.
Trading with the Enemy Act.
Right, facts. But this was definitely dope, guys. I appreciate you. I'm gonna jump
I
off.
appreciate you.
Thank you. You guys, the Telegram group, the link's in the bio.
Yes.
When's the next meeting?
But I can't see the chat. And I'm trying to make sure I downloaded the right app. Is it a blue symbol on it?
It's got a little flying plane. Like
No.
a little paper
Yeah,
plane.
the global, when you click on his link to the right, there's like a globe. That's like a globe to the right. You click on that.
Okay.
Right.
Then I'll have to go back in there.
Yeah, then you click on that and then it's gonna and when you'll see it's like it'll say begin here TL tier 1. What's your what's that little it's like a little scarecrow. What's that thing? Truth. Is that scarecrow?
Because when I went in his
That's the
link,
straw lion.
Oh, it's a straw line.
That's
Shut
the
up.
straw lion, y'all. That's
I
the
second that, Shakur.
You gotta
I
see
refuse
the
to be another
evolution of the
so-called guru
lion.
too.
The evolution of the straw lion is beautiful.
my apologies. I saw it said at the bottom, subscribe. I put my email in there and then I didn't see, but I'll click it again. I'll go back and do it again.
Okay.
Because
I'm following you, so if you got questions, just reach out to me.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Truth, when are you going live next? I'll make sure I'll be there.
I'll be here tomorrow because I know Elvis said he was going to jump on. I'm curious what he was going to say.
All right, cool. What time?
Eastern, I'll jump on around 3:30.
All right, cool.
Here.
I'll set my
What time?
alarm.
What'd you say, Peter?
You want to be on here on TikTok?
TikTok.
What's the time zone?
Telegram? You want me to get on Telegram? What you want me to do?
It's whatever. I just want to make sure I know where you're at. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on TikTok.
Lacey, he Eastern time.
Yeah. And once you guys get our domains, we can start having our video conferencing on the blockchain versus, well, this is blockchain already, but versus Zoom and Google Meets and whatnot, like we have our own control of these meetings. So this is one space, but as soon as you guys get into the whole domain name and registering your name and creating everything, you'll be able to operate the way I'm operating with this business card. You guys don't have to do a lot. There's no arguing. You don't have to argue with people. You don't have to do any of that with new contracting. Okay, but any old contracting, I show you how to just correct the record. You just unknowingly waive some rights and shit. So I'll show you how to do that. Remember, I'm 50 years old. I'm not some young kid. So a lot of people think that I'm young because I sound young.
You sound young, yep.
Yeah,
But you are so young.
I appreciate y'all. I'm getting some sleep though. Love, peace, light.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the gift
You're the
so much.
best.
Love,
We really appreciate what you're doing for everybody.
Thanks, guys.